right, that's Spanish, right? I just know this much Spanish. Tres, dos, uno, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so what was I talking about here? And thank you for the reminder. I have white hair, so I forget, right? So please do remind me about that. The thing is that we're going to do the course in such a way, well, since the video started now. So guys, welcome to the course here, VMware 6.5, vSphere 6.5, Certified Professional Data Center certification. Then we had some of your introductions. Thank you for those introductions. I get to know your IT background and experience. Then I was just talking about my experience here, and then the course I'm going to talk about. Well, the day one is a career day as well. I do talk about how in Canada we should go ahead and look for jobs and what kind of certifications we should have for the Canadian IT market, which is pretty much it applies for US IT market as well. I was talking about that the IT course should be a job-oriented course. So we're going to work so much on this course. I'm going to always push you to give your 200%. 100% is also not acceptable here, right? See, that's cool, right? Okay, anyway, so 200% means you really, really, really have to work hard now. So when you get a good job, you will enjoy the rest of your life, right? So now if you don't work hard, and you don't repeat those labs again and again, not only for this VMware, but also for other courses that you're learning there. So right now, you give your 200%, and some of the students from Humber, they're in good jobs now. I'm in touch with all the students from previous 4 years, 5 years, whatever the help they need, I'm just giving them. So for certification, normally I teach certification courses, so I try to make sure that I offer all the resources for certification. But the main objective is, can you get a good job? Eyes on the prize. What is the prize? 35 per hour job, 30 per hour job, 25 per hour job, 40 per hour job. So some of you are experienced, so you might find it a bit easier to get a good job. But those who don't have IT experience, don't be sad on that, because I've seen impossible happening here, and it keeps on repeating again and again. Some students joined in other colleges as well, where they were total beginners, and after doing 6 or 7 certifications and courses, and the sheer hard work they put in there, some of them are successful administrators now, and they are earning very good salaries now, and they have started with contracts. And before 6 or 7 months, some of the students I used to see, oh man, how would he get a job, or he or she would get a job in IT? The way he was talking on the day one, sir, what is Windows? Sir, how do I do this? Oh, I have an error here. And I was like, oh man, seriously? Are you going for system administration job? You're kidding me. But the only difference was that they really worked hard. They gave 4 or 5 hours. They repeated the labs again and again. In 6 or 7 months, guys, there's no shortcut. There's never a shortcut, right? 6 or 7 months of repeated hard work. Now, some of them are enjoying their life, and they are good administrators now. I mean, well-paid administrators now. And nobody would know 6 or 7 months ago that this guy would get a job. No way. And they're on jobs. Only difference is they really worked hard, right? So that's what I'm expecting from you. You really have to repeat all the labs at home. I'm going to give you the software to download there. The thing is, you should have a good hardware, but I understand that it's not that easy to get a good hardware. Like if you your laptop or desktop should be at least minimum 16 GB RAM, and i5 processor is okay. SSD drive or HDD drive, both are okay. HDD will be slow, SSD will be faster. 16 GB RAM is minimum, but better go for 24 GB or 32 GB RAM. If you want to purchase a laptop, I can give you some addresses, or just go to kijiji.com or ebay.com and just get your used powerful laptop. It's okay to get a used powerful laptop. A powerful hardware is the first thing that you should have, or plan to have at least, when you're in the field of IT, and this is your field now. So in that case, just try to plan for a good desktop or laptop, or upgrade that if you already have. But you can also upgrade it too, right? So if I go back to this information, so your plan for a good hardware to survive in the field of IT, right? So that would be 16 GB RAM minimum, better 24 GB or 32 GB RAM. I know it's difficult, and it's even in these difficult times, it's even more difficult. So, but just plan it, right? So you will have vCloud software here there where you can create machines, but you will have to practice at home. And when you're going for an interview, before that, you should be creating your whole environments there and then practice there as well, right? So i5 is okay processor, but better is i7 quad core. Now, used laptops are also very good. They were gaming laptops are very good as well. And in the comments, Shabuddin is saying, I have i7 laptop with 8 GB RAM and desktop i5 with 16 GB RAM. So whichever has 16 GB RAM, RAM is more important right now. So yeah, go for that. Otherwise, you can just upgrade to 8 GB more stick. And you know, I can give you address for the guy who's selling it really cheap, or you can just go to Kijiji or eBay.com and research yourself and get an 8 GB stick there for RAM, because i7 is a, you know, it's already giving you good speed, and 8 GB extra RAM would be what, $25-$35. So, but it will really give you a better experience. Otherwise, go for the desktop, Shabuddin. Okay, so here, then the hard disk. Minimum 500 GB hard disk. But if you have 250 GB hard disk, you will survive. Don't worry. And better have 500 GB SSD, right? So the video of this course will be uploaded on YouTube. If you have filled up that form on Google Form there, so I'll be adding your Gmail, only Gmail, to the YouTube video, and you will be able to see all this there as well. And so Donald in chat is saying i5 with 32 GB RAM. Wow, way to go, guy. Way to go, Donald. You're good. So 32 GB RAM. Whoa, blown away. That's good. So now plan for a good hardware. That's the first thing. One of the few things that I start with. And the second thing is that during the course, so there are a few things that you should. So first thing, make sure that you understand what we're talking about. And then second thing is lab. See the exclamation marks? How important it is? See the amount of exclamation marks? Let me count that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, anyway, so the thing is that it's so important. You have to really go for a repetition of labs, because this is a practical field, right? Okay, Shabuddin is asking a question from where can I get the form. So Shabuddin, it is on, oh yeah, I could just give it here as well. So it is on the Blackboard as well. And yeah, so I'll just put that. It's a very small form that I need your Gmail, that's basically, and I need to know your from which college. So guys, there's a form on chat here. You can just all click that and just fill out that form. And so I could create a Google group for you, first thing, for quick communication. And also I'll add your Gmail to the YouTube video of the class. If your Gmail is open, YouTube will authenticate from that video and you will be able to see the video. If your Gmail is closed, you won't be able to see the video, right? So just that form is there now and you can fill out. So what I was saying there, that we, you know, this is a practical field. So if I was your swimming instructor, so on day 1, I would just take you to the swimming pool and to the not so deeper area, and I would just throw you in the water and say, hey, this is how water feels, right? Hands on right away. Oh, this is how water feels, and then the fear should be gone. Or maybe you will be so fearful you will actually quit. So anyway, the thing is that day 1 we start the hands-on labs, right? And it's it has to be totally hands-on, step by step, and we do it by to learn it, right? So we try to do the whole thing to understand the concept. So obviously the theory has to be there. I'll be drawing some diagrams there. I'll be giving you a good chunk of theory, but it's not going to be like blah, 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 theory, and then, oh, there are 5 steps in the lab at the end. Do those 5 steps for 5 minutes and you're done. Yay. No, it's going to be less theory and more practical. So you're going to be doing labs 4 hours, And yeah, you have to upload those labs at the end of the class. Unless you were not able to do that, just let me know and I'll extend that time. If you want to get those marks there for the labs, you need to upload those labs on Blackboard. I'll be creating that upload section there. So but the thing is that the more labs we do, the more confidence will be increased. When you repeat the lab, the confidence will be double. And this is for the interview. We are preparing for interview from now, right? From day one, we're preparing for the job interview, right? And eyes on the prize is 25 per hour job, 30 per hour job, 30 per hour job is what? $4,000 per month, right? You know, feels good to talk about it, right? Okay, anyway, so the thing is that it's eyes on the prize. For that, you need to work hard. There is never a shortcut. There is no shortcut here. Some students, well, in maybe other colleges, they say, sir, when I do this course, will I get a job? And I say, no, you don't get a job after this course. So the thing is that, well, you can get a job. Some students got a job during the course even. Well, they had previous experience, right? But, you know, I want to stick to the ground reality. And reality is you need to work hard. You need to earn that good 35 per hour job or 30 per hour job, right? So, but if you did good, yes, with a collection of other skills plus VMware, yes, you will get a good job, because every company has VMware environment, every company has AWS environment or Azure environment, that's cloud, and they have Microsoft environment, they have Linux environment. So it's always multiple skills that get you a good job, right? Not just one skill, right? So then it comes down to some career talk. So what are the certifications that we should be going for in order to, so there are so many certifications. Certifications just means skills, right? So it's certifying that you have this skill there. So then what set of certs should I go for in order to apply for a systems administration job ranging from 25 per hour up to 60 per hour? Now this is not a myth. 60 per hour is a rich person, whoever has that, right? But this means you have so good experience in such in-demand skills that you're getting 60 per hour. So 2 or 3 students of mine got 60 per hour job. They had previous experience, but they did 3 courses with me. AWS Azure 2-in-1 course I normally teach. And then they did Office 365 with me, which includes Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, Teams Online, Active Directory, Azure Active Directory Online. And then they did VMware. So VMware, Office 365, and AWS Azure. So after that, when they applied, so yeah, he got the 60 per hour job. But before that, he was earning still good, but less than this. The thing is that what kind of certifications that we go for that are recommended in Canadian IT market. So these are some of the certifications that I really push students towards. Collection of skills that students should have. This slide will be uploaded there as well, and it's the video recording you will get as well. So the thing is that there are some must-have certifications there, and then there are some good-to-have certifications. There's that MCSA 2016. Well, it is about to expire on January 2021. Because of pandemic, they extended the time to 6 months. So now many companies have the Microsoft servers, like Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2016, Windows Server 2019. So if you have any one of the certifications of MCSA 2016 or 2012, if you have, you're good already, right? Put it in the resume. You have MCSA 2012. You understand the Windows Server technology, like failover clustering, like Hyper-V, and storage there. So 70-1040 course is something that I teach MCSA as well, and so 70-1040 course I also offer my previous classes recorded free if you are interested in going through all the labs. It's not about going through the videos, it's about doing the labs by downloading the software and going through each step. What I would recommend is you must know from MCSA failover clustering, which is high availability disaster recovery feature. Well, failover clustering you should know, and Hyper-V you should know. So for that, if you want previous videos for 70-1040 course, which I would really push you or recommend that you should have, then just put it on my email. Hey sir, I want the link for that, or WhatsApp me that hey, I want the link for 740 course. So it's a free I'm offering there. So the thing is that you must do all the labs of that to at least put it on resume. I know failover clustering, I know Hyper-V, right? The more skills you put on resume, the more the recruiters will be attracted towards you, right? And second thing is Office 365 Exchange Server is an email server, right? So email is the backbone of any company and every company. So with email, all the business is being done. So you need to really control, manage the emails of the company. So there's that Office 365 course that is really must-have course. So if I would must-have here, Office 365 is not Word, Excel, PowerPoint. It's Exchange Online. Exchange Server is a big enterprise application for handling, managing emails, right? Then there is SharePoint Online. That's another enterprise grade application that is part of this course. And then there is which is for file sharing and also for intranet and for websites and for connecting commercial applications to the company. And the third is Teams, which is for meetings and conferences, right, and collaborative work. And fourth is Azure Active Directory, which is for authentication and authorization, right? So all four major enterprise grade applications are in Office 365. So this is a must-have. Now in pandemic era, this is even more important and critical that you should have this Office 365 course, right? And must-have would be at least one of the courses of 740 here. So that's also a must-have course. Okay, there's a question here. Okay, so Shabina is saying that I want to understand since I have this experience with EXO. Oh, Olufemi is actually trying to connect. Okay, so EXO Exchange Online. Okay, yeah. So if you have experience of that, yes, there are a lot of jobs there, Shabina. It's just that what did you put in your resume other than that skill? So again, just one Office 365 is not good enough. It's multiple skills that are good enough, right? So go for the certifications of those skills. I'm just going for must-haves right now. Then the next one is Exchange Online. It's in-demand skill, but with a collection of other skills, your resume will be attractive, right? So then there is System Center Configuration Manager. That's banks and big companies really go for that. You can control thousands of machines with the help of System Center Configuration Manager or SCCM. But this is good to have after must-haves have been done. Then you go for good to have feature. This is an advanced feature actually, or enterprise grade application. Then comes our VCP6.5-DCV. Its next version is 6.7 and its newest version is 7.0. We're on 6.5, which is also good enough for the market. It's another must-have. Now, recently, one of my students who have done the cloud course with me was saying that, sir, when I was going for interview here, so they were all asking about the VMware questions. So VMware has 80% of the world's companies' data center. In terms of market share, they are in 80% of the world data center companies' data centers, right? So this means that pretty much majority of the companies on the planet Earth have VMware as the virtualization platform. We're going to go from the basics. We're going to start from that, but the market share is huge. So VMware Certified Professional certification is a must-have, and I'm going to send you the sample questions. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Sample questions, right? Test questions. And then you can just prepare from that. But obviously for the job, you have to know the technology. You have to do the labs again and again. You have to be really confident on pretty much the steps of vMotion, migration, pretty much the steps of replica, Hyper-V replica, fault tolerance. Well, that's Hyper-V replica, sorry. Fault tolerance, I also teach Hyper-V, so. Okay, so here, must-have, VCP 6.5, that's a real must-have, and we're going to start, obviously, with this, or this course. Citrix Administrator, though some of you have said that you have, okay, there's brother talking about, Odin asked you to admit him, he joined using his phone. Yeah, I just admitted him now. Okay, cool. Then we were talking about Citrix Administrator. So Citrix is application virtualization, and this is pretty much in all big companies. Citrix is there in all big companies, right? So this is good to have after you have done must-haves. You should go for good to have as well. But this skill on the resume is also critical to, skill that you know Citrix. All big companies have that. So ITIL, this is for change management. Some of you already have ITIL, so that's good. If you don't have it and you get a job, then companies will make you do the. So this is change management. Suppose you want to change the RAM of or memory of a computer or a server. So you would have to go for writing all the steps that, okay, these are the step by step. I will go to the data center, I will shut down the server, and I will then take out the RAM, and I'll change the RAM. And plan B is, if it doesn't work, then I will just put the old RAM and try to work it out until I get the new one. And you need to get the approvals as well. So ITIL is all about change management. So it's a good to have, well, I would say it's a must-have certification, because they many of the I also give interviews in the market, right? Keep giving interviews just for, just to know if there what's going on in the market, what kind of interview questions are going right now, and maybe I get a job that is very very high paying, and I'll say, oh yeah, sure. So keep giving interviews all the year, right? But normally I'm in for contracts and I teach courses. So now here, this is ITL is must have. Then there is CCNA. At least you should be Cisco certified network associate. If you go for CCNP, that's very good, well and good. But CCNA is a must. You must know how switches and routers really work. Switches connect within your branch all the devices, and routers connect your branches together, right? So you need to know all the protocols that are involved in the routing and switching as well. So the thing is that, or how to configure the switches. So CCNA is a must-have, but if you go for CCNP, that's also good. So that's another must-have certification that you should go for. And then there is that RHCSA. Few of you have said that you are good with Linux, so you're already two thumbs up if you're good in Linux. So Anthony's saying, how do employers view expired certifications? Well, if the certification is expired, first of all, it's about creating resume, Anthony. So in resume, just mention the certification, but don't mention that it's expired as well. If they really ask, hey, is your certification current? Then say that, okay, I'm pursuing the certification and I'm in the process of upgrading it, but for now it's not current. So try to be as political as possible and don't just say it's expired, sir. So instead, just try to say everything truth, but a bit more in a political way. Okay, the second thing is, put the skills there, right? But normally employees go for recent skills and recent experience on those skills, but put the skills there even for an expired certification. So put the certification there. Well, you don't have to put the date, but you can put the date as well. Maybe you did it 10 years ago, so that's also okay, because this means that it will show that you're that much experienced, right? Instead of, oh, I did the certification yesterday and I'm coming here. So, but then it's like, oh, you just did it. So what is your experience on that? So it kind of also makes it, so the sooner you do the certifications, the better. So there will be a bit more time passed. So recruiter will see that, oh, this is not fresher. He or she has some experience as well. But even if yesterday you did the certification, it also is okay before the interview, suppose. So expired certification, the thing is, don't use that word and just put your skills there, and in pursuit of upgrading. If they ask, don't mention it already that is expired. And so that's the strategy for resume. Okay, so then we're talking about RHCSA and Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator. So if you already know Linux and basic infrastructure of Linux, how it works, that's very good. Otherwise, this is a very important certification in the market. So either you know Red Hat operating system very well, or you know Microsoft operating system very well. If you know both, wow, that's very good. But if you know any one on an expert level and another one even medium level, not at like beginner level, but medium level, at least you should try to know. If you're a Microsoft expert, Windows Server expert, then you go for try to know how Linux is installed, how Red Hat is installed, how it is patched, how to deploy an application on top of that. Go for those videos. So many companies are offering nowadays free videos for that. So it's either this, you can, any one of the OS you should be an expert in. So what I'm suggesting you is at least go for 70% 40 course. Mention it there in WhatsApp or in email that, hey, can you send me that free course video, because it's all totally hands-on. You have to do all the labs step by step, right? Now I don't have the video for that, but whoever can share the resources for that to everyone else, that how to go for RHCSA. At least prepare it if you don't want to get certified on that, right? And then security certifications are really, really in. CISSP and CEH certifications, Certified Ethical Hacker certifications are really, really in, or any kind of security certification is good. And so then the must-have certifications. So there's another upgrade to must-haves. It's now a must. There are two musts here, right? So must-have certifications. So these are, whoa, what did I do? So must-have certifications are your Microsoft Azure certification, AZ-103, Azure Administrator, Azure Architect, which is AZ-300, and Azure Security, which is AZ-500, right? And the other is AWS. So go multi-vendor or cloud. Everything is on cloud now. Every company has the cloud configuration. Some of you actually mentioned that you are having experience in cloud, or you have done the certification of AWS and Azure. So that is a must have with, and that's a very good combination with Office 365, which is SaaS based cloud, software as a service, and this is IaaS, infrastructure as a service cloud. So this is must have. So the must haves, again, either one of the operating systems you should be expert in, MCSA, Windows operating system, or Linux, or if you're good in both, wow, that's good. So otherwise, other thing is that you go for Office 365 certification there. That is also must have. VCP, that's another, I should say must have, but must have, obviously. And then ITIL. So this is just a combination of all the skills that you should put on a resume, and try to plan that way. Go ahead. Now the plan is there, and you need to really work hard. I'm here to give you resources of other certifications as well. And the thing is that you should be there in the market by the end of this program. Give and take 4 or 5 months extra. If you're doing other courses, labs, and you're doing other courses, certifications, then in 6 to 7 months, or by 1 year or 1.5 years, you're ready for a good job, right? The more you work hard, lesser time it takes to apply for a good job, because you need to mention these skills. If you mention those skills in the resume, they will ask you questions about those skills. So you better do all the labs for those as well, and you should be very clear about the concepts of these skills, right? So this is all the must-have certifications there. I'll be sharing this slide. I'll upload that slide there on Blackboard by the end of the class. So you will then have this. But once you have a plan, you have to really work hard. Make sure you're ready to go for your 200% now. Not 100%, 200% is no less than that, right? Work hard and get a good job. Enjoy the rest of your life. But be ready to really, really work hard, right? And I'll be pushing you for that as well. Hopefully, you will respond to this. And you guys are smart. Many of the previous batch, wow, those guys were really smart. They did all the labs. They did certifications. Even, by the end of the course, some of them were done with the certifications as well, while understanding fully the topics of the course. So they were pretty much ready to put those on the resume. And if you've done all the other certification in Canada, they go by the book, guys. In Canada, they go by the book, which means even for HR department, they really need you to be certified, right? For HR department, right? So that's why you have to be certified in order to apply for a job, because recruiters will see certification this, certification, okay, good, and Office 365, and Azure and AWS and VMware, okay, this is our person, let's call him or her, right? So the thing is that it's the combination of skills that you have, and did you certify for that? And if you put it on a resume, can you back it up with knowledge as well? Do you have that kind of knowledge? So once you do all the advanced labs, yes, you can, even without experience in the in the past, you will be able to give good interview. So in the interview, be ready for with confidentially. Seriously, what am I saying? With confidence, give the questions, right? Answers. Seriously? Okay. I need some water here. Okay. So anyway, so the thing is that this is the plan. Go for it. You need to really work hard and give it your 200%, right? So Now about the VMware course itself that we're going for, and again, when I put there in the notepad, during the course, understand lab, and then the final thing was certification. So you have to get certified for. Now the previous batch finished like 2 weeks ago, and one guy passed only till now. So others are all really, they're going for AWS and Azure, and then they're gonna plan to do that. So guys, up to you. You don't certify, you lose. It's your loss. You get certified, it's you gain from it, right? You are getting a better job sooner, or you want to wait. So some students were saying after 1 year or 2 years, oh sir, I wish I had done that certification at that time. Some jobs I had, and there was an interview and they asked about VMware. I even answered VMware. They said, are you certified? And there you go. No, sorry, but I can do certification right now. And they said, no, for HR we need a certified person. So, and there you go, opportunity lost, right? So certification, don't be lazy. Well, I'm sure you guys are smart and dedicated. Dedication is really required here. So understand lab because you need to pass the interview, and certification because you need to attract recruiters in Canadian and US market, right? Aim high. You should be remotely connecting to US market as well, because they're all remote now, right? So in US market also they're looking for good skills, and they're saying, okay, wherever you're sitting, just remotely connect and do our work, and you'll be paid for that. So the more skills you have on your resume, the better. So that's why it's full 200% dedication and hard work. And after that, you become smart. So those who said in the introduction that first I have to work hard to learn the technology, then when you know inside out of the technology, then you can become smarter, right? So because then you know the shortcuts, and that's smart way of doing things, right? So right now it's hard work. That's it, hard work, a lot of hard work, right? Okay, so we were talking about all that, and then we talked about the career talk. We did the career talk here. About the certification, there's a website called www.examcollection.com. Maybe some of you know, some of you don't know, but that is for to get sample questions, just sample questions. Wings, no. The thing is that it's just a sample question, right? Yeah. What I would push you guys to do, yeah, they're also called dumps. You're right. So the thing is that you need to pass now, right? So first thing is, do you understand the technology? Second thing is, did you do labs repeatedly on all the critical topics? That's for the job preparation, right? You need to then pass the exam in the first attempt, then go for sample questions. Otherwise, you say, some of the students say, no, I will prepare, I will know, I will understand everything, and without dumps I will give the exam. Okay, do that, go ahead. The thing is that when I was in the job in one company, so my boss, who has been taking care of exchange servers for 20 years, exchange server, the email server, for 20 years, every day he was taking care of that, right? But he could not possibly know all the scenarios, right? So he went to the exam, exchange server exam, no problem, and he got out. Oh, I failed. Why? Well, there were some other scenarios that I never saw in my environment, so I could not answer those. So then he said, okay, next time, now I know what we'll do. Next time we went, failed again. I was like, what happened now, boss? And he said, there were some more scenarios that I didn't know. They changed the questions. Then he said, oh, Amir, you were talking about those sample question dumps. Can you just give me? And that's the same guy who was saying, no, I will never use. I know everything. No, we don't know everything. So the thing is, you need to pass the first time. If you have a rich uncle and you have $165 to waste, go without these sample questions. Otherwise, use the help. But for job, only this sample questions will not get you a job. You will get the job if you understand and repeat the labs again and again, right? And even if you don't have experience, some job criterias are that, hey, if you know the concepts, if you can do it and you proved it, hey, vMotion, migration of virtual machine from one hypervisor to another, yes, I can do migration from here to there. And the steps, okay, ask me. Step number 1 is this, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I can do all that. If you can do it, if you're clear about the concepts, without experience, in some cases, not all cases, in some cases they hired. the candidate, because of sheer confidence and the amount of knowledge that he or she was given, they were hired, right? So the thing is, again, did you work hard enough, and do you have the right plan? Do you have the right skills? Do you have the right combination of skills, right? How soon did you certify, right? So that's a combination of the tasks that you need to do. You have the plan, you have the direction, you have some guidance there as well. Are you dedicated enough to follow it, right? Are you dedicated enough to really work hard? Give it 18 hours, 12 hours, whatever you can give, and then you will get a good job sooner, right? Oh, changing device. Okay, sure. So exam collection. So Ruben is asking, exam collection is it paid? Yes, it is paid. So there are two ways about exam collection, guys. So there are two ways, right? Am I recording that? Okay. So let me stop the recording. Okay, so we're back. Now, is it trustful? Answers of questions are not always correct. Yes, Brahim, you're right. Exam collection answers are not always correct, but so many have passed already. There are other sites as well where you can get the sample questions. The thing is that if they make all the answers correct, then the vendors will sue them, right? So they have to make some answers incorrect. This also means that you have to research everything, every answer, and this also means that do you have the knowledge, basic knowledge of the technology? So that's why, yes, you have to research every question, and that's how we all go. And we get more knowledge about that because you have to confirm the answer. When you're confirming the answer, this means your knowledge is even getting better and better, right? But technically, they can't really give all the answers correct. They have to make it wrong to survive in the field. Otherwise, Cisco, Microsoft, VMware, they will all sue them, right? If the answers are wrong, if all answers are correct. So that's how it works in welcome to reality. So the thing is that guys, there's a strategy for giving certifications, and by the end of this course, you should be certified in AWS. You should be certified in Azure Administrator. You should be certified in VMware. And well, if you want to go for Office 365, that's very, very good. And or the must-haves, you just go for those and get certified during the course. During this program, you get 4 months, right? 3-4 months, or after. Well, try to take as less time to get certified for all these and put it on resume. So within 6 to 7 months, you're ready for better jobs, right? And you might get a better job sooner. So stick to reality. Everything, there's no shortcut. You have to really work hard, and yes, enjoy the rest of your life if you did really work hard, right? So that's the career day talk, and then we talk about our course. Yay! Okay, so now, yeah, I'll be telling you the reality of that too. There's a ground reality to this as well. To what? Our course, VMware. So the way I teach VMware course, we normally do it on the laptops or desktops, right? The way I do the VMware course, we normally do it on a good laptop or desktop because we start from scratch, from zero. We get a machine with just Windows 10. We download and install VMware Workstation on that. We create first machine, we create second machine, we give IP addresses, rename it, and do all the best practice configurations. Then we create third machine, fourth machine, we install ESXi, we configure it one by one, IP. So we start from zero, right? Now the best experience is on laptops. Best experience is on laptops or desktops, but they have provided, Humber has provided us vCloud, right? So vCloud, now we can do all the labs on this platform. What I'm saying is, because I need you to be an expert in VMware, right? You have to be an expert. You will really work hard on that. So the best experience that we can, suppose you are implementing migration of virtual machine, right? So that is called vMotion in VMware. So when you are migrating, when you're clicking the options there, click, 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 and apply, and it doesn't give you the required result. So that's frustrating, right? So what happens in vCloud? vCloud is under a lot of hardware servers there, and on top of that, there's a software, and they put your machines there. So if all of us create machines there, it gets slower and slower, right? And if some of us think that, oh, I'm gonna give, instead of 10 GB RAM, I'm gonna tell you what RAM to give to the virtual machines, what processor to give, virtual processor, virtual RAM to give to each virtual machine. Suppose you decide, one of you decides that, oh, I'm gonna give much more than what the professor is asking. Uh, then you have a problem here. One of you doing experiments on vCloud can affect all of us, right? So what happened in last course was that we tried it on vCloud, and then we had to move our labs to our laptops, and then we were able to smoothly go and finish because I want to go for advanced labs, right? I don't believe in basics being taught in colleges and university, because then they create a big gap of skills of the students between industry, IT industry, the job market, and the teaching institutes. Okay, Yongtan. So that's why I need you to have the best experience. I need you to have the smoothest experience with no gaps there, no frustrations of, oh, where's the result of my configurations? Click, 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 and it should implement the vMotion, it should implement the migration. It's not implementing that. It's slow, it's not loading. What is that? So that's why I'm pushing. Does everyone have a laptop or desktop with minimum 16 GB RAM? Any one of you, do you have, hey, I'm here to help you. So don't be, sad, or don't be, that, I have 8 GB RAM, so why should not tell him? No, tell me, I'm going to help you, right? So we are a team now, we're a group now, right? We're going to work together, we're going to help each other. We're going to go through all the advanced features and disaster recovery features together. We want to make sure everyone learns. So we're a team now, right? So once we're a team, you have to share what you don't have and what difficulties you're facing, and we're going to work it out together, right? So any one of you having 8 GB RAM device, and you're planning to upgrade it to 16 GB. So I can help you with that. I can give you the address of the guy who can give you 8 GB more in a very cheap rate, because he knows me. So he'll be go to him before, first do your market research, or just go to whoever you know and upgrade, or go to kijiji.com or ebay.com and just get that RAM, right? So get RAM upgrade, or powerful used laptop / desktop, right? From www.kijiji.com or ebaycanada.com, right? Or many other used hardware sites, or any shops, or ask me, I'll give you the address, right? But do your research and then go. So the thing is that anyone having 8 GB or less than 16 GB, let me know so I could help you, right? So Ajibola says that yeah, mine is Wi-Fi with 8 GB RAM, but I read online my laptop's RAM is not upgradable. Ouch. Normally every laptop can go up to 16 GB, but not more than that. Majority of the laptops, then you have to go for powerful laptops, right? Shavina says people can also get used laptops on marketplace. Yeah. Facebook or Fakelybook. Okay, it's Facebook. Maybe you're writing Facebook, right? So yes, you can go for marketplace and get a used PC from Facebook and marketplace. Okay, Shabina, go. Thank you for sharing that. facebook.com/marketplace. There, you can go get a 16 GB laptop as well in very less price. Guys, it's a career investment, right? You can skip this investment now, and you will have to do the whole labs later as well, right? Why don't you invest now? It's for your career, right? So when you get a good job, you will just pay off. You'll be paid off with the job. But the thing is that give it your best shot. I understand not everyone can do that, so that's why we can all search for resources that are giving you cheaper, RAM, cheaper upgrade, cheaper laptops, cheaper and powerful laptops, right? So, and then there is Brahim saying, can we practice labs in cloud? It will be good on both sides, cloud practice and course labs. Oh, good. That's a good idea, Brahim. In AWS, AWS gives 1 year free usage, but we cannot create more powerful machines in the free trial because they only give 1 vCPU and 1 GB RAM or 1.5 GB RAM. We need 10 GB RAM for our second machine, which is going to host a big application called vCenter. So on cloud, they might charge you for the configuration that we need. So that's why your local machines is your best option. But we're going to try to survive in vCloud first because Humber has provided us the vCloud already, right? That link, vCloud is, you can remotely connect to that and create machines, right? If now the Humber vCloud administrator told us that this time, last time we were really frustrated, but this time it's going to be better. So we're going to test that. But what I'm saying is, what I'm requesting is have your 16 GB laptop ready if we had to, move away from vCloud. Because suppose, because the way I teach is, I'm going to click like this. Okay, click. You all have to click as well. I'll click the second option, then I will explain all the, ups and downs of this option. Why are we taking this option? Why not the other one? We're going to discuss about that. Then we're going to go for the next page, like next, and then there are 5 or 6 options. So I'm going to discuss that. Okay, this option is for this option means this option means this, and we're going to take this option and not those options because the best practice in the market is what? Whatever the best practice in the market is, or whatever we want to learn. So we're going to go for that. So I'm going to click, you're going to click with me, right? So we're going to go together with these labs. The thing is that you should have a 16 GB RAM because we might have to download the software there together, and we might have to carry on with the advanced features of our course on the laptop, right? So try your best to go for the upgrading that laptop, or at least put it on 16 GB RAM. If it's more than 16, that's even better. Because then your lab will be faster. Otherwise, at least 16 GB. So I never thought that 16 GB RAM will be enough, but I taught in Durham College and then in Humber College in last winter semester, and both had 16 GB RAM, and I was thinking, oh man, I've been teaching VMware on 32 GB RAM because in some colleges they have upgraded their hardware already. So, but then we were able to do pretty much all the labs except for vSAN. We were able to do all the labs. My laptop here is used, and it is 32 GB RAM with i7 quad core, but I got it in a very less price. I think it was $600-700. Otherwise, these laptops are new ones are $1,400 or $2,000, and used laptops with i7 quad core 32 GB RAM are like $600-700 or $800 or $900. I don't know. So desktops are even cheaper. So you can just change the motherboard and processor and put heavy duty RAM. Anyway, try to look for deals on Marketplace and Kijiji.com or eBay, and try to plan for a good hardware. It's your career investment. Now you invest and really work hard. Later, just get a good job and enjoy your life, right? So it's time for sacrifice and hard work, right? Okay, so we talked about this and vCloud. So about the labs, how we conduct the course, how I conduct the course is, there's an Einstein rule for that, right? So I follow strictly an Einstein rule, and I would request that you follow with me. Einstein, I hope the spellings are right. Einstein rule, right? And Einstein rule is what we have to strictly follow during the whole course is, if I no click, then you no click. Right? That's the Einstein rule. Okay, it's not an Einstein, it's my rule. So the thing is that if I no click, you no click. It's so simple, right? So it's I didn't even use a lot of words here, right? I no click, you no click. That's it. Simple, right? So the thing is that I will do the lab. I will explain everything. First, I will explain with diagrams, everything, the whole concept. Then I will go for lab step by step. I will explain why we're doing that, why not this, why not that, why not. The why is the most important thing here, right? And then how. So the thing is that if you think that, oh, I installed this before, and obviously he's gonna configure this, obviously he's gonna click that, and I customize. I go this with I select some other options because I'm gonna give you the reason as well that these are the options. So the thing is that if you assume that, oh, he's gonna go this way because I've installed that, and I go custom, then sit back and enjoy the show and wait for the video to upload, and then repeat the lab again and upload the lab to the back, the screenshots of the lab to the blackboard, right? So this is an Einstein rule that you have to follow, but you'll learn the hard way if you don't follow what I really was saying, because we need to customize, we need to understand each and everything we're doing, each and every step we're doing, we need to understand that, right? Why comes first. So that's the one of the rules there, that if I know click, click. The exception is if I say, okay guys, after this, next, finish, just go ahead. So if I'm troubleshooting anyone, but if I don't say that, wait for me before I go ahead, right? Don't assume anything. Assuming is the worst thing in IT, right? Everywhere actually. Or when you assume, there's a saying for assume, which, well, maybe some of you know. Okay. So the thing is that first of all, we don't assume. Second thing is that we will have screenshots here, right? So first of all, I was talking about vCloud. Second thing, there will be 10 screenshots. I used to ask students, hey, take screenshot for every step. So that would be 60, 70, 80 screenshots, right? So until I met with a protest from one college, in Georgetown College, they were like, hey, that's too many screenshots, prof. What are you doing? You're making your life miserable. So I told that, hey, that's my job, to make your life miserable, so you can understand. Well, okay, I shouldn't have said that way. But anyway, there will be 10 screenshots here for critical configuration screens, windows, right? So when I say, hey, take a screenshot of this one, you should take a screenshot of that one. With every screenshot must have your name showing there. So I'll show you. I'll tell you how to do that, and it is all possible because you're gonna follow me, right? So every screenshot must show your name there. So when you create a virtual machine, there will be your first name VM, right? So that name will be showing because it's in the label of the virtual machine. So it will be showing. Don't worry about that. So if you're uploading a screenshot of a lab that is having somebody else's name, so obviously it's a 0, right? So it has to be your name, and you should be doing that. But ultimately, if somebody else do it for you with your name, obviously you're at loss because you're not getting the job then, right? We are preparing for the job from now. We're preparing for the interview from now, right? Eyes on the prize, 35 per hour job, right? And it's not a myth, it's happening. People are getting it. Even now, yeah, in pandemic, remotely, they're getting it. So every screenshot must show your name, and copy all screenshots to your MS Word document. Not document, it's document. And so name this document with, document, serious, with your full name. If it's a very long name, then your half name, right? So your name or first name dash week number, and dash week number, and course name. Okay, so this document, and I'll mark you after checking this document, and you will get the marks, right? So name. Okay, so I'll be putting all these there as well, right? So copy all screenshots to your MS Word document and name this document. So and some of the rules I'll be showing you during the lab as well. Now well, the screenshots, hopefully you were able to take, because that's how I'm going to know that you did the lab, and I'm going to mark you for that, right? So let's go back to our introduction to the course then. And first of all, it's going to be again, I just put that there. I'm sure you guys are all smart and dedicated. Okay, there's a question here from Shahabuddin, and that is what the screenshot will be about. So screenshot will be about configurations that we're doing. Suppose we have created a virtual machine. I need to prove that you created a virtual machine and your name should be showing there. So there will be a screenshot for that, right? So suppose we're installing an enterprise-grade application called vCenter, or the hypervisors which are ESXi. So once you're done with that, suppose you've given the IP, you've given the name, and you've given the gateway as well. So I'll just say that, okay, name, IP, and gateway showing there, right? Take a screenshot of this. So that's why you will wait for me before I go ahead. I could say, hey, for this area which we just did together, take a screenshot. So you will understand when I do that, right? But it's the configuration areas with your name showing there, which will tell me that, oh, you've done that tab, and I should mark you for that, right? Okay, so then this is just you know some document that I read. It's your choice either to be lazy and simply attend the class, nod to the instructor pretending you understand. I would not see whether they're nodding. This was for in class. It was made for in class. Everything he said. Go home and watch. Okay, I'll ignore that. Go home and stay being too busy. So no, I'm sure you don't watch movies, but if there's a new one, especially action one, and especially Star Wars, let me know. Just kidding. Okay, so here, stay being too busy to have time to study. So yes, you are busy. I understand that. It's just that I'm sure you are dedicated, or you are. Okay. So Kavita is asking 6.7 certification exam is lab based or optional question. So the first question about the exam is, so Kavita, it is all multiple choice. There is no lab. And I'm coming to exam strategy as well. Now for VMware exam. Welcome. Okay, so here, are you the active or hardworking type? So try to understand what instructor is saying. Let me know if I am going fast. Ask me to repeat what you don't understand. Not shy of asking simple and easy questions. I love questions, and all questions are welcome here, as long as they are about the topic that is being taught here. And don't ask me questions about when the pandemic will be over, or can we go out during the lockdown, and what are the new rules there, right? So I don't know that. But the thing is that any question for the topic, I'll love to answer that, right? So work on your home lab and SMS me, email me with the screenshots, or call me if you are stuck. $20 per minute. I wish. Just ignore that, right? Okay. So works on hands-on labs minimum 2 hours daily. Wow. I will salute you if you're actually doing that, right? So okay, let's go down to our. So here. And that's what I already said, that if IT is your field, then you need a good hardware first. So i7 quad core, 32GB RAM, 500GB SSD if possible. Otherwise, minimum 16GB RAM. Please arrange that as soon as possible for your own good, right? You will benefit from that. Key to success is dedication. Ta-da. Guys, please fill this form. Please fill this form so I could add your Gmail to I'm putting that form again here in the chat. It's in the chat now. I'll be creating WhatsApp class group, and I'll be creating Google group for email communication, WhatsApp for quick communication. Suppose you're doing the lab at home and you're stuck, and you can put the screenshot there, and I can help you. And we can all help each other, right? So if you see a screenshot from your fellow student, then just help him or her, right, on the WhatsApp. Okay. Oh, cool. So Arthi has done that. Kavita, Amarjeet, Shahabuddin. Okay. What is the passing score in 6.7? So it's 70%. Shabir has done it. Okay. So please fill this form ASAP. So by the end of the class and before the next, Bikram has done it. Okay. Before the next class, you would be having a WhatsApp class group where we can discuss more options. I need you to be ready to shift the course to your laptops. Mentally be ready about that. It's for your own good. I can keep on going with vCloud. If it doesn't give you the correct service, we might be short of some labs there, right? I want you to have the best experience. So we have to work it out as a team. We're gonna try to go for the best possible options, right? So we're gonna still try it on vCloud because Humber asked us to do that. But if we had to move to the laptops, then be mentally ready for that. The last class, those guys were really smart. When we saw a lot of discrepancies there, I said, okay, let's move. They all moved, and next week, within 1 week, they recreated everything. I gave them all the, videos for step by step how to create the same lab on your laptop, and they were up and running in 1 week. So that was amazing effort, and that was a team effort. They were helping each other, so amazing. So I'm sure you guys are also amazing and smart and dedicated, and you're gonna help each other as well. Okay, so because we're a team, we're in this together now. Wow, what a statement, right? Cool. We're in this together. Okay, anyway, so let's go for our exam strategy here. And can everyone choose his choice? Oh, so guys, Khalid is saying that can everyone choose? So I'm not, well, let me clarify that we have to try the vCloud first. But if we are going fine, we're good. But if we all are having issues with it, then we can move after, combine. We're gonna talk to each other. Everyone has to agree with that, and then we can only move. If one or two are saying no, then we can't move, right? So you have to convince everyone for that, right? So and Masood is done as well. Madhur is done. Okay. So yeah, just fill out that form, guys. I've just given that form again. Those who did not fill it. Now exam strategy. Now guys, I can keep on doing blah 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 blah. But the thing is that if you need a break, let me know. And after the break, we're going to talk about the topics of the exam and introduction to the vCloud and the software that I'm going to share with you. And we might even start with the vCloud today with at least one small step there, some labs. Okay, so but I'm taking all your questions today before we start this course together. So Khalid is saying people with good laptop can use their laptops. Well, that's a good idea, but those who are really technically very good can go for a laptop. If I'm on vCloud and you're on laptop, then you have to, troubleshoot on your own. You're on your own then, kind of thing. So because laptop environment is a little different. But yes, it's a good suggestion. If you're a very technical person, yes, go for it. Otherwise, I think everyone should be starting with me on vCloud. Okay, and Bikram is saying we can have the software ready on our personal laptops. All if we have issues with vCloud, we can move. Very good, Bikram. Perfect suggestion here. So I'm gonna be sending you the software. And one of the student here, 2 days ago, he was asking how to install. Sorry, I was not able to give the time. I think yesterday he was asking. I think it was Olu or Ajibola, or I think some other student asked me to. So, Paul. Okay, Paul, you asked me. Sorry, Paul, that I was not able to help you at that time with video call. I am also remotely doing contracts. So, but the thing is that we're going to be doing it together. We're going to help each other doing this, right? So, I'm going to be sharing software with you guys. I'm going to give you the video of how to set up the VMware lab in your laptops step by step. That video will tell you how to do it, right? Ruben is saying, can you share the details of the seller who sells laptops on reasonable price? Yeah, I can share my the guy who I know, and so at least 60 or 70 of my students from different colleges have purchased from him. The thing is that I can share his number, and also I'll email everyone, and you can just also do a research and then call him first, right? So go to Kijiji, go to Marketplace, see all the rates for that, then call him as well. So that's how it goes. Sure, I will share with you, with everyone, Ruben. Okay, so guys, now all the questions that are coming there, every question is welcome. Please ask questions. You're most welcome about any. Don't be shy of any question. No question is simple or, oh, if I ask that question, people will laugh at me. Never think about that. Just ask question, right? What is the weather today? Don't ask that question, right? Other than that, technical, yes. So, okay, Donald, I'm not able to download software. Okay, Donald says I'm not able to download software. So, guys, I'm going to share that software again with you all. So I'm going to send you the software link now. Well, after the class, I'm going to send you the link, and I'm gonna create that WhatsApp group as soon as possible so we could start talking. Hey, did you download the software? Oh, I downloaded from here. You can go also here. So you can share resources, share your resources with each other, right? Shabuddin saying, I have a laptop with 8 GB RAM and desktop with 16 GB. So can I start in cloud from laptop, right? Otherwise, I'll use it. Yes, very good, Shabuddin. Yes, you're right. So vCloud, you can connect from laptop, desktop for when if we had to move to the machine, right? Instead of vCloud. Okay, well, and Ruben is saying, can we take VCP certification remotely? Also, could you please share the frequently asked questions? Oh yes, so yes, we can share the certifications remotely. Oh, share? No, we can give the exam remotely as well, because recently the previous batch, one of the students just gave the exam and he passed. He's a CCIE actually. He's a PhD or doctorate of Cisco, right? CCIE is the top course, right? So he passed that VMware, and so yeah, we can give the exam remotely. And frequently asked questions, yes, I'll be sending that. You mean the VMware frequently asked questions, right? So sure, I'll be putting that there as well. In fact, I can give now. Well, okay, I'll check it out and send you that. Don't worry. Okay, and Donald says I don't have an account on vCloud. Guys, about vCloud, I think I put that link there in Blackboard, right? Yeah, so please click this URL to go to vCloud for our course tabs. I think everyone is able to see the Blackboard, right? So there's a link here for vCloud, and if you are unable to click vCloud, you have to talk to who? Anurit or Preetham, I think. You have to talk to those guys, right? And get that vCloud access ASAP, right? So I don't have vCloud. Okay, so then Olufemi says I could download the vCenter 6.5, but I didn't find ESXi 6.5 on the link. Okay, Olufemi, I'll be arranging both links. I'll check out both links again, and I'll share with the whole class now. Thank you for telling me that. And then Khalid is saying, did you ask us to download any software? So it is, the software link is there, and I just 3 hours ago I sent an email to everyone, so in the college email, so please check that too. And but I'm gonna send an email again, but the software link is also here on the Blackboard. Is it here or not? Yeah. Oh, well, please click on this URL to get official VMware software. Okay, there's the link here. Official VMware software, that's the web store link. Okay, well, that's another story. I'm gonna be talking about that too. Okay, so software, I'll be sending that download link after the class. Ruben, could you please share the link? Oh, yeah. Now? Okay. I hope you're able to download, because I shared it with so many students in so many colleges that Google has said, hey, you're sharing too much. Okay. Get shareable link. Good luck. So I'm putting that download link here, guys, on this chat. So you can just get that download link now. Hopefully it works. Otherwise, I'll try to upload it somewhere else as well. Okay. And what about what's the credentials? Credentials for Paul is saying, what's the credentials? Credentials for vCloud. vCloud. Now those guys have to give you the credentials, Paul. Anyone else is able to log into the vCloud or no one? Anyone was able to log into the vCloud successfully? Okay. Yes.
I was able to, and it's with Humber credentials.
Oh, okay. It's with Humber credentials, guys. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So it's with pretty much a lot of people are able to connect. Use the number. So Jess Vijay is saying use the number. So N010, right? That number. It starts with N. And just the number, Jess Vijay, or number at humbermail.ca, or just the college ID. So college ID and the password, right? Just the number. Okay, Badr is saying just the number. Jagwant is saying just the ID. Okay, guys. So you get now. that just put the college ID and you will be able to connect. There were some other questions about credentials. I have not received email from you on my college ID. Kavita has not received an email on the college email. Well, hopefully your email has been created in the college email, because I just selected all college emails. Hopefully you've filled out the form, so we will have a Google group as well where your Gmail is required, so I'll be communicating the whole thing in Google group as well. It shows many software, which one should we download? Okay, Ruben is saying it shows many software, which one should we download? Okay, so guys, yes, if you click that link, there are many software here. Oh yeah, why did I put many software here? So VMware Visor, so you can download update 1, which is I uploaded 3 times. Am I kidding me? Seriously? Okay, and the same thing I uploaded 3 times here as well. Wow, that's why it's too many. Okay, so VM Visor, so you can go for VM Visor update 1, and so refresh your screen now and you should be seeing less there. So one is VM Visor, which is hypervisor, one is VIM, which is 6.5. so these two are the software. There is a update 1 written here, so I'll just drag this so you would see only 2 files there, right? When you click that, so guys, you should be seeing 3 here. So just VM Visor and VIM, these are the 2 that you need to download, right? Okay, so just ID and number. Brahim is saying MSI 201 app there. Just Vijay saying me neither one. Okay, thanks. Is this for cloud? Now, guys, this software is for the local laptop configurations. This software is not for the cloud. This software is for local laptop configurations, right? So just download it and don't do anything else. Just download it and don't do anything else, right? Because I'm going to tell you how to use that software with VMware Workstation, right? So just download this software. It should be there when we need it, right? So I would be then sending you 1 video or 2 videos of my previous class. The only difference will be the jokes will be different in that class, so that's a very sad thing, right? But you have to just follow those videos and just prepare your laptop, and when we need it, we'll move away. If we had to move away, hopefully the vCloud administrator has fixed everything. If not, then we'll just take the decision, right? I know you guys are smart. You guys will work as a team. You will help each other. We're a team. We're in this together. Oh, I'm saying that again. We're in this together. See, anyway. So, well, politicians use that, right? It sounds so good. Anyway, just kidding. So here, yeah, if the software is downloaded, just keep it downloaded, and I'll ask you, and we'll decide together when to move, if we have to move. If we're still sticking to vCloud. So guys, hopefully make sure everyone is able to log into vCloud. So I'll just put that there. We can do all the labs on vCloud. I'll just put this. Make sure everyone is able to log into vCloud. So this is mucho importante, right? So that's wrong Spanish I'm using. Mucho importante, right? It's Italian or something. Okay. So anyway, so the thing is that you have to make sure everyone is able to log into the vCloud. That's one important thing. Now there are many things to log into actually. I don't want to overwhelm you with that, but later we'll be also connecting to Humber Office 365, and here in Humber Office 365, Onenote. Onenote is a really cool thing, right? And not only that, it helps you take notes. Okay, that's what it does, obviously, OneNote. But if I put a diagram, if I put some notes there in OneNote, and I add you to that OneNote, then as soon as I put my notes there, it will automatically update your OneNote as well, right? So thank you, Shabina, for sharing that. So guys, you can see in the chat, the vCloud link is there as well, and you have to log in from your Humber ID there as well. Thank you for that. Humber Office 365 OneNote. This is, I'll put all diagrams and quick notes there. I'll add you to that OneNote, and all my notes will automatically be shared with your OneNote. So you don't have to type anything. All effort is mine. Ha. Really? So no, your effort is a lot. You need to repeat the labs, right? You need to get the job, right? You need to understand everything. Your effort is much, much more than mine. And I'm sure you're dedicated enough to go for that. Okay, so OneNote is one more thing that we're going to be using. And that OneNote, I'll be adding you guys there. So now there's that Office 365. How do you get there to Office 365? First of all, you're still figuring out how to come to vCloud. So what I will ask you now, anyone of you who is not able to still log into vCloud, or everyone is logged in? Everyone is logged in? You can say yes or done. Anyone not able to log in till now can say no.
Yes.
All right. So it's a lot of yeses here. Paul, Jaswich,
Yes.
Jakwant, okay, Yongtan, Ruben, Firoz, Khalid, Iman, Masood, Esneha. Oh, Shabaddin said no. No detected here.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Amarjeet says no, and Shahabuddin say no. So two students are not able to connect to vCloud till now. But why? So Shahabuddin and Amarjeet are not able to connect under the Vmware software, which are we to download. Paul, the software that I showed here are these two. That's it. VMware and VIM, right? This one, VMware installer 6.5 update 01, and VIM all 6.50. Okay, Amarjeet is connected now. So Shahabuddin is remaining, right? Shahabuddin, you can just put the Humber ID, and the link has been shared already, right? So hopefully you're able to connect. Just put the, not from your Google account, I mean from the first link on BB. Oh, that has different. Paul, are you talking about this VMware software? So does it take us some? Oh, this. Yeah, I'll be telling that. So I just need to get some things over with, then I can go for the next ones, Paul. So let's wait for it, because we need to go step by step with all those platforms that we're using. So cool. Okay, so everyone's logged into vCloud, right? So if you're not able to log in, so well, just put your Humber ID, because pretty much everyone is done with vCloud. So second thing is, guys, the Office 365, right? So in Office 365, you just have to, so you have to, take notes somewhere, or I'll be putting this there as well, the quick notes here in Notepad. So what you need to do is you need to type portal.office.com. This is how to connect to Humber Office 365 OneNote, right? So portal.office.com. Put your ID or ID at humbermail. Is it com or .ca? I think .ca. ID humber.ca and PW password. And so are you able to then humber.ca? Okay, so it will be humber.ca. Are you, Shabina, are you already logged into that? So guys, sorry, it's not Humber Mail, it's humber.ca. Oh, okay. Well, because the last batch logged in from humbermail.ca, so please go ahead. You should be seeing this: Outlook, OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Teams, Sway, Forms, All apps, right? So you can see that I'm already logged in from my ID and humber.ca, right? You can see that I'm logged in from my ID and humber.ca. It is HumberMail, guys. It is HumberMail. HumberMail worked for Ruben. Okay. Okay, Shabina is also confirming that. So guys, it will be this link. So portal.office.com, go there and type your humbermail.ca and password. So is everyone able to log in to this? Like everyone. Everyone. So please try that and let me know if you're not able to, right? So we're on this step. So vCloud is check. vCloud we can download, we can connect. Second thing, OneNote, can we connect? So I'll be waiting for your yeses again. Yay! I installed it. I use it with Humber ID. Installed what? Office 65? Oh, OneNote. Okay. Oh, that's very good. So guys, this Office 65 you can download in your 5 devices, and the main thing is, are you connected to OneNote? Are you able to connect to the Humber OneNote or not? Okay, and you can download it in your machines. In fact, you should. So Sandeep is not. Anthony is yes. Paul is not yet. And Anthony is yes. Brother is yes. Okay. And Kavita is no. Call is working. Okay, guys. So after 2 or 3 minutes, let me know. So please log in now, right? And I need to make sure, because when we start the labs, it's going to be overwhelming for you. Like there are just going to be only few million steps for the labs. Click this, click that. Why are we clicking this? Why not that? So we're going to be really into it. So we need to know: are we able to access OneNote? Are we able to access vCloud? Are we able to access? Then there's another one, on the hub, where you will actually get your certifications information as well later. So today is like we need to know all the programs, all the programs that we need to be connected to. So it's very critical that you are connected to everything. I logged in so Madhuri is saying that I logged in my personal account by OneNote. No, Madhuri, you have to log in from the college ID, right? Because I've tested that with previous students. My OneNote was not shared with your personal OneNote, right? So it was a problem there. So if you could log into the college ID, Office 365 and OneNote of that college, then I'll be able to share with you right away. Okay. So Sandeep is saying this username may be incorrect. Make sure you typed it correctly. Otherwise, contact your admin. Ouch. The user ID you entered does not exist. Ouch. Guys, are you putting ID at humbermail.ca? ID at humbermails.ca. What's the ID to be used? Oh, okay. See this? Oh, Sandeep is showing ID at humbermail.ca. Okay, so maybe it's too soon. We are asking for that. Office 5 is free for Humber students. You can download and log in with Humber credentials. Yeah. Okay, so that's Ruben is saying that Office 5 is free for Humber students. You can download and log in with Humber credentials. But Ruben, for that they have to first log in, right? Uninstall your older version. Yes, I created Office 5 account using school email address. Yes, with school email address you can do that. Oh, isn't working? I use ID at humbermail.ca and also got error. The user ID you entered does not exist. Same issue with me. This account might not exist, or ouch. Can we do test to confirm that it works? Well, you could just go ahead and download that. vCloud done with Humber credentials, on the hub done with humber.ca, office done with humber.ca. Okay, Firoz has done all three. Way to go, Firoz. Man, you're fast. That's good. So yes, we need to go for this. So I just copied Firoz's chat here. vCloud done with Humber credentials, on the hub done with humber.ca, office done with humbermail.ca. Man, way to go. So Madhuri says you can't sign up here with a work or school email address. Use a personal email such as Gmail or Yahoo, or get a new Outlook. No, it is with Humber college email. So guys, you can. Is there a tech support in Humber? I'm sure there is. So you have to contact the tech support for that, right? I used also got her. Okay, Khalid saying, Sneha is saying same here. Jazz Vijay is saying it's not humbermail.ca. It's humber.ca. For Jazz Vijay, it is humber.ca working for some humbermail.ca. For all previous students in previous classes, previous batch, humbermail works. But for you, if it is humber.ca is working, guys, try without mail as well. So that's very strange that it should only work with Humber Mail, but if it is working without Humber Mail and just with Humber, just try that too, right? You know, in previous batch, it took us the mid of the course to get all those connected to Humber, like to the OneNote. So also try id at humber.c. This account might not exist stored. Okay, so actually it went ahead with 2 steps and then it this error. Oh, okay. Okay. So guys, yeah, he's saying that there was an error using that. So my suggestion is, so guys, let's just give a final word to it. id at humbermail.ca. If it is not working, call the tech support. Humber.ca might not work because all previous batch, 28 students, it only Humber Mail worked for them, right? And many of the students here, Humber Mail is working, right? So call tech support. If not working, right? If not working, right? I'm logging with VMware software. Shabad is saying, Anthony is saying VMware vSphere 6.0 Enterprise Plus from on the hub. Okay, so let's talk about on the hub now, guys. For this, if you're not able to work, don't be really worried about that. It's day one. For some it may work, and for some it may not work. So this is something that you have to work on. So these are the 3 areas that we need to be logged in before the next class, right? So we have talked about vCloud, and majority of you, pretty much all of you, are able to log into vCloud, right? So then we talked about Office. So many of you are logged in with MS Office, but some of you are not. So just call the technical support during the week and week or tomorrow even, or even now you can email them that, hey, how do I log in from portal.office.com. So it's again portal.office.com. And how can I log in from that? portal.office.com. Just try to make sure that. So Olufemi is saying all working. Shabdan is saying I'm logging from Vmware software. Okay, good. Anthony, no, wait for me there. Well, if you want to download, no, don't download anything now. Wait for me, right? I'm gonna explain about that too. So guys, 2 of the things we have talked about, but the third thing we have to talk, and the third thing is this. On the hub, very important. See how many varies I just used. So it's a very important information that is going to be useful for you. The on the hub. So again, the first thing is if everyone is going for on the hub. So I'm just gonna add my comments here. All okay with vCloud, right? Then I'm gonna add my comment here. Some okay and some not okay. So please keep trying and call tech support, tech, right? So that's the comment for the portal.office.com. The third thing is on the hub, that is really important as well. Okay, on the hub and vCloud logins work. Okay, Aarti saying, um, and so there's that on the hub link as well. its.humber.ca sites default and Office 365 education. Oh no, that's Office 365 by Jagwant. Okay, thank you, Jagwant. Firoz, for on the hub, there was an email on HumberMail where you had to complete registration. Oh, yeah. So you have to complete the registration of on the hub. So what are we talking about on the hub now? What is on the hub, guys? Very important. Let's go there. Did I put a link there? I think I did. If you go to the Blackboard, please click on this URL to get official VMware software. So this is the link on Blackboard, right? On the hub showing a lot of software, which one to download. So Ruben, wait for me. I'm going to tell you, wait for me. That's a lot of software. For 1 year, you will have access to that. 1 year, right? Okay, Kavita says able to access Office 365 with... okay, so guys, you can see the chat. Kavita says here, able to access Office 365 with the Humber ID at humbermail.ca. Again, well, you can just try again and it's gonna work, right? So HumberMail, I'm just gonna add this comment. So able to access Office 365 with this, right? So just put your ID and HumberMail, so people are able to access. But if not, then keep trying again and talk to tech support. We have to register first with the Jazz link. Shabina, for on the hub? No, for Office 365. Okay. Office. Okay. So guys, Jazz or Jagwant link? Jagwant has put 2 links here. Did Jazz also put some link here? I'm just going really up there now. Well, okay, it's Jagwant. So, oh, sorry, Jagwant. Okay, so Jagwant link. Thank you. So, okay, guys, the Jagwant link, you can just go there to that link and up there, and then get registered if you don't have the login. Thank you. Then, thank you, Shabina, for sharing that. And am I talking to everyone? Okay. Prime is saying on the hub requires a registration. So this is the link. Those who are still able not to access that, so that link is still there, shared by Jagwant. Thank you, Jagwant, for that. And I'll put that link here as well. So those who are still trying, I put that link in chat as well. Now, what is on the hub? On the hub is mucho importante. It is... so I'm going to go to that link now, and I'm going to explain the importance of that. So it's already on the Blackboard, and please click on this URL to get official VMware software. I'm going to click that now, right? It's on the Blackboard. It's the 4th link here. So this is Humber College Information Technology Services. It is e5onthehub.com, right? Web store. e5onthehub.com web store, and that link is there. Now I'm logged into this already, but Brahim is saying that on the hub require registration. So try to register yourself with the Humber ID, but it has a lot of software here, right? So first of all, these software are you can download that, and there are free 1-year keys with that, right? I think actually it's 2-year keys. So the software comes with 2-year keys for VMware only. That's the first thing you need to know, right? Do not download any software now. But if you want to download, it's yours, right? So if you're there, you want to download, go ahead, download if you want. So it has 2-year keys there. Second thing, there's learning resources there. There's e-text there. There's e-lab there. Well, maybe you will see some information not there because as a faculty, I'm seeing this. As a student, maybe you don't have some of the things there. So software is one thing, and second thing is e-text. Now, if you need the textbook, for the VMware, and that is official textbook, right? So Ajibola, your message is private, so that's why nobody else is seeing that. But you can also talk to everyone by selecting everyone there. In fact, I am looking for the option everyone, and I am unable to find it. I don't know why. There's no E after that. Oh, that's the top. It was not coming before. So yeah, and Amarjeet is saying Humber dot on the hub, welcome. So there's a link for that. It's working. Just log in with college ID. Okay, thank you, Amarjeet. So Amarjeet has sent a link there, and it is working from just this link. I'll just put that link here because I'm gonna send you that notepad. So if you want to connect to that, so this is notepad. Now this is very useful resource for you guys because that's going to not only offer you the free software from VMware. This is your official VMware portal. So you're officially a VMware course student now, right? So this is the VMware portal. The software is for 2 year. The 2 year keys for there are there. Second thing is you can see e-text. Hopefully those who are able to log in, or if you're not able to log in, try to log in, because right now I'm explaining it is recording as well, so you can see it anytime as well other than this. So there's an e-text here. Those who are able to log in, if you go to e-text, so there are so many books here as well. These are official VMware books. You won't find printable version of that. You won't be able to save it locally. I mean, like permanently, you won't be able to print it, I guess. They have really protected those books. As long as you have subscription to this portal, you will be able to use those books, which is 1 year. Okay, so Amir is saying, okay. Shabaddin is saying, can anybody send link for Office Note and on the hub? So Shabaddin, there's a link already on chat there, and so this is the link for the on the hub. So now the books, about the books. First of all, they are talking about VMware IT Academy vSphere Optimize Scale and Scale 6.5, right? And then there is VMware IT Academy VMware vSphere Install Configure Manage 6.5. So you can buy. Okay, first of all, they are not free. Ouch. So they are $28. So normally they are, I think, $200-300. But they I don't know why officially VMware did not offer them free. So for 1 year you get to access these books online only for $28. So that is VMware IT Academy VMware vSphere Install Configure Manage 6.5. This is the book that you can download. This is the combination of 3 books actually, and each book separately would have been maybe $100 or $200. But they put all 3 books in one small price of $28. I don't know why officially they're not giving those. So, okay, so Khalid is able to log into Office 365. That's good. Oh, $35. So it's so guys, it is this book, VMware IT Academy, VMware vSphere Install, Configure, Manage. This is the book that we need to download if you want to download that. So the name here is so go to e-text tab and click the book VMware IT Academy VMware vSphere Install Configure Manage 6.5. So that I'll just put it here. Guys, credentials for on the hub. So credentials for on the hub, yeah, it's $23. Madhuri says $23. So credentials for on the hub are again ID, right? Humber ID. So guys, how did you log into the on the hub? Just the ID at humber.ca or humbermail.ca. So guys, for on the hub, did you log in from id at humbermail.ca or humber.ca. Okay, humbermail. So guys, it is kind of zigzag and it's kind of a lot of information. That's why we're going step by step with everything. So you get the full benefit of this course. First we went for vCloud, which is our lab platform. Then we went for Office 365, which is obviously for sharing data, sharing notes. Third is we're going for On the Hub. That is very, very your official portal from VMware company itself, right? So that's the one of the most important. So it's thank you for sharing that, guys. So it's id at humbermail.ca and password. And there you can go for this book, and it is and the price is $28 for for one theory book and 2 lab books, right? So it's a combination of these 3, right? And just try to log into that. Guys, do you have your own WhatsApp group as well? Did you create your own WhatsApp group as well? Like where I'm not added and that just your own? Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, all batches had that. Yeah, so that's very good. You know, in 1, 2, 3 batches ago, one group added me to their WhatsApp group, right? So they said I don't have to create a separate class group for that, and they added me. So during the exam, they were actually sharing files with each other, and they forgot that I'm also in that group. I'm taking the exam, and they actually was sharing, hey, this is the answer for this, this is the answer for this, and then I reminded them, hey guys, I'm also in this group, right? So they were like, oops. So yeah. So yeah, you're most welcome to add me to that group. Otherwise, I will have my spy there. Those who are going to report me about activities on that group, just report to me. Right? I'm just kidding. Okay. Anyway, so we have to. Okay. So anyway, so Shabina is saying that do we need the book or we can do without the book as well for the certification? Yes, you can do without the book as well. Yes. If you need to increase more knowledge, yes, book is good. I am not a big book reader myself, but I had to download it once to see that it was a lot of stuff, and I was like, ugh. I was like, ugh. So anyway, the thing is that this course will be intense, so you will get enough knowledge for being job worthy, but the more knowledge you have, the better. In the interview, they test knowledge, and when we share a lot of knowledge, that really impresses them. So yeah, but yes, certification you can do without the ebook as well. Well, that's answer. But yeah, more knowledge is better for the job and certification. Okay, so there's that. We have 2 groups. We have 2 groups. Hey, how come we have 2 groups? Like, aren't you all added to one? Why do you need 2? Anyway, so yeah, some may be added to others and some not. So okay, you guys are even sharper than the previous batch. Yeah, we need sharpness here because what's coming your way is intense, right? So you need to be fast, dedicated, sharp, and helping each other for all certifications. Okay, guys. So how many are not able to log in to On the Hub? Oh, okay. So there's a inter-group fight going on right now. So as well, hey, who created the second group? So that okay. So you guys can sort out that, and ours will be the 3rd group where I'm added there. So yeah. Anyway, in the previous, able to log into all 3 now. Okay. So how many are able to log into all 3? What all 3? What all 3? So all 3. How many are able to log into vCloud, portal.office.com, and On the Hub successfully? All 3. So can you see it? Yeah, yes, me, done, whichever. Wow, okay, 5. So Khalid, Arti, Badr, Jaquant, Amarjeet, only 2, okay. Ruben, Kavita, Shabina, Feroz, Sneha, Olufemi, all three. Woo. Paul, office only, one left. Okay. Madhuri, yes. Okay. Masood is good. Ajibol is good. Office only pending. Oh, okay. And Sandeep is also office left. Bikram left out of office portal. Ouch. So guys, you need to help as well. That what's going on. Otherwise, tech support, right? Shabuddin office left. Okay. Majority are logged into all three. Very very good guys. Very very good. You're going fine. But yes, we have to help those who are not able to. And you can also share your screenshots on your side of the WhatsApp. And you can also share here everything. Screenshots you cannot share here, but so very soon we're going to have VMware group as well. So then we're going to share VMware related screenshots there as well. And Jess Vijay has shared a link. So those who are not able to connect to Office, you can just put Office 360, click this link and try to connect again. Those who are not, so many of you are not connected to Office, but others you are. So that's very strange. Why are you not connected to Office? Shabina, for the ones who are unable to log into Office, click on this link and register yourself. Thank you, Shabina, for sharing that. That's very good. So guys, those, and there are quite a few who are not connected to Office 365, so please connect to that. Okay, so please make sure you're connected to Office 365. Hey, we didn't take a break, right? Is it time for break? Break. Yeah, I do actually echoes as well. So do we need a break? Break. It's me, it's not the echo. Okay, so yes. And is it a samosa break or a pakoda break? Or some of you don't know what is pakoda, but I'm sure everyone knows samosa, right? So sambosa or samosa, right? Idli, oh, there's a idli. Man, I'm hungry now. Okay, so dinner break. So back at 9, 8:42. Okay, guys. So that's 18 minutes break. Hey, are you going to another continent? Just kidding. So yeah, take a break and let's meet at 9, guys. We need to have some introduction to the course topics as well. So break and class starts sharp at 9. So be there at 9. All right. Thank you. All right. See you. I'll pause the video. Please do remind me to resume. Sometimes I blah and forget to resume. So anyway, I'll pause the video now. Let's resume the video and video recording, I mean, and then I'm just recording as well. So let's get going with our connectivity here, and I'm going to see to your products and exchange. No e-text. Okay, so there are questions here. How much is the certification fee? Log into HumberDot on I only see 2 VMware products and no e-text. Anthony saying, that's strange. Well, Anthony, maybe your account is being created and maybe after refreshing or after 10 to 15 minutes or half an hour, all products will show up. And okay, so here, log into Humber. How much is a certification fee? Certification fee. Now we're going to talk about the VMware certification, guys. So here, VMware certification. First of all, if I'm still on the hub here, so I'll go to my faculty and staff now, and which you may not see there, but anyone seeing in the on the hub.com certifications area, certifications tab, anyone seeing here? Yongton is seeing certifications tab here. Jagwant is seeing. Okay. Wow. Really? That's good. So Jess Vijay is not seeing. Olufem is seeing, Badar is seeing, Mesut is not seeing, Iman is not seeing. Okay, so some are seeing, some are not seeing. Okay, welcome to Humber. Okay, so thing is that maybe it's because you just logged in for the first time, so many of the tabs and services are still appearing, and it might be a slow process for all the services to appear, right? So Khalid says not have it. Ruben says under faculty staff, yes. You have a faculty and staff showing here. So guys, everyone sees the faculty staff. Okay. So okay, I have to say welcome to Humber. Also, I should say it with style, right? Welcome to Humber College. Okay. Anyway, so I can see certification there when not signed in. So when they create user accounts, so there's a students tab, checkbox that they have to check. Those who are creating the accounts for you. So maybe some frustrated employee has created these accounts, and he or she has just put faculty and students. So you guys are students, I'm faculty. So but they put faculty for all. So well, enjoy the features. So what can we do? So here, okay, now you do, Khalid says. Now I do. And when not signed in, yes, can see certification there. So after signed in, can you see that or not? So discount code can only be ordered by faculty only. Oh, Olufemi, there you go. So yes, discount code can only be. That's where I was going. So you already said that. So okay, guys, what's going on here? If we go to the certifications here, so if you see it or if you don't see it, but in fact, I just went for certification and it did not show me the certification page. So okay, I accept that. Certification. Oh yeah, there you go. So certification here, and you can see that there are two certifications here: VMware Academic Unproctored Exam Discount, and there's a VMware Academic Proctored Exam Discount, right? Forget the last one. That's not for us. So discount code can only be ordered by faculty. Yes. Still the powers of faculty are still there, but I don't know how certifications and faculty are being shown to students. But yeah, if they're there, go ahead and enjoy that if you're able to. So discount code and you can only see students. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's again the whoever created the account should have just clicked the students, but he or she clicked this faculty student, that this user account is a faculty or this user account is a student. So it should be only students, but some are seeing the faculty showing here this area. So yeah. Anyway, so if you're not seeing it, maybe the creator did not click your faculty and stuff, but they're not supposed to do that. But anyway, so guys, let me just explain what are the two exams. So you have to give actually two exams, not one. Two for the VMware VCP-DCV certification. Yeah, so Arthi and Kavita are saying that they cannot see the faculty and staff. So yes, it's for some of you it is showing, for some of you it's not. That's very strange. I'm not sure how, when they create the account, they're not being very careful. You're all not supposed to see faculty and staff, right? You're students, so you only be seeing students. But for some faculty staff, some not. So if you don't see it, we can't do anything about it. If you do see that, they should remove that access. But if they have it, I'll just stay quiet and you can use it. Okay. Anyway, so here, what we can see here now, what is the unproctored exam and what is the proctored exam? So unproctored exam here is the foundation exam, and that unproctored exam, if I click that here, so I'll just go for VMware certification here. And this is the VMware certification page here. And the certification, so there are two certifications here that we want to go for. So I'm just going to put that link to your chat as well, so you can also open that. So it's in the chat now, the link, and I'll put that in Notepad because here So VMware Certification URL page, and that's where all the certifications are. So this notepad will be actually added there to Blackboard, and so here there's a lot of certifications on this page, right? And the certification that we are going for is data center virtualization. There is network virtualization, there is cloud management and automation, there is desktop and mobility, digital business transformation, digital workspace, and so this is data center virtualization. That's the first thing. Second thing is certification levels. So if we go further down here for certification levels, so there is VCA, and that is for administrators, architects, and executives, VMware Certified Associate. What we are going for is VCP, which is VMware Certified Professional. First of the two exams, one is proctored, one is unproctored. So the wording of proctored and unproctored. So unproctored is that, and this is a foundation exam. So this means that it's a easy one. Well, nothing is easy in this world. So foundation exam, and you can give it anywhere. VMware doesn't care. It rhymes, right? VMware doesn't care. Okay, VMware doesn't care that where you give this exam. Maybe you have a set of questions in front of you on the other screen, and you're giving that exam. So VMware says that it's kind of a marketing knowledge there, some technical knowledge there. Foundation exam is there for that purpose, that you get introduced to some of the other products of VMware as well. The proctored exam is the tough one, and that is where that's the professional exam, and we must give it in an exam center, test center, right, under Pearson View. So it's www.pearsonview.com. And yes, proctored means they're gonna watch you doing that, and unproctored means they're not gonna watch you. You can do it anytime you want, anywhere you want, right? So the proctored. Now, why do you need two exams? Yes, you can give one exam as well. So we need to give two exams. So we could get the VCP-DCV certificate as well. So you can be just certified with proctored professional exam, and that's what companies really care for. But you won't get the certificate unless you do the other exam as well. So some students were saying, who were already doing a job, that my company just wants me to do the professional exam, and they're gonna reimburse that money, and so I'm not going for unproctored, and I don't care about the certificate, official certificate. So if you don't want certificate, you can just go for proctored. Otherwise, both exams are mucho importante for to get the certificate, right? We need to give two exams so we could get the VCP-DCV certificate. Second thing is this exam will not say you're certified with 6.5. You're not. They're not gonna say, oh, Pearson View. Yeah, it's like that's not a view like if you go to Empire State Building or CN Tower and have a good view of the city. It's view. Thank you for correction, Just Vijay. So VUE, exactly. Thank you, sir. View. Okay, and okay. So Brahim says you can go to Office 65 from on the hub release notes for students. Oh, that's good. Cool. So it's pearsonview.com website, and yeah. So as I was saying, that you have to give two exams there, and so if I go back to the site, so this is VCP. So VCA is the first one, VCP is the second one. You have to give that exam. So it's going to be VMware Certified Professional for administrators and engineers, and this is going to be the tough one. Now, second thing, what I was saying was that it's not going to show you that you're certified 6.5 or 6.7, which is the next version, or 7.0 is now released as well. So it's not going to say that you're certified 6.5. It's going to show you, the certification will show you the year in which you certified. So if you certified in 2020, so it's going to say VCP 2020. So with this certification, the interviewer or HR department will know that which year did you pass that certification. So they will know that which skills are you really good with. So in the year 2020, whatever skills were introduced by VMware at that time for the VCP exam, those skills you know, right? So they now go with year wise when they actually give certificates there. Suppose you pass the exam in 2021, so it's going to be VCP 2021. So they're just adding the year instead of the version. Otherwise, 6.5 is where we are on. 6.7 is the next version, and then 7.0 is about to be released now. So if you go for 6.5, that's still good enough. That's very good for the market. Okay, and so if I go back to this, so there's that VCP, and if you go down here, so the certification, the logo that you will get is this VCP-DCB 2020, right? So you will get this one. So from previous batch, I think one student has already passed that, and he's added to my LinkedIn as well. So, but VCP-DCB 2020. So this is the certification you will get. If you pass in 2021, so it's going to be 2021, right? Okay, so if we go inside the VCP here, 6.5. So Ruben says or asks which version it covers. So this course covers 6.5, and that's officially Humber is offering. This course covers 6.5. But so guys, by the end of the course, I will show, or we will discuss, I will discuss 6.7 comparisons, right? So you will know then 6.7 as well, that what's the big difference. There's no big difference there. Smaller advancements or upgrades are there, but there is no significant architectural difference between 6.5 and 6.7. So small differences. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so I will discuss the 6.7 comparisons. All right or all wrong. Okay, so here I will discuss 6.7 comparisons by the end of it. Now, what exam are you giving? So the certification you're giving is 6.7, but it's gonna still say 2020. So I'm gonna give you all the material, because 95% material will be 6.5 that you will be seeing in 6.7 as well. Whatever the differences are, I'm gonna show you anyway, or you will be able to understand that right away, because we would have done its 6.5 version already, right? So and as I said, there's no significant difference, so you will be able to easily pass this exam, because in other colleges as well, students been passing, I don't know, way too easily. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're passing it too easily. Wrong? I mean, what's right with them? Okay, so the course covers which. Okay, then Kavita is asking, what's the difference between both if both cover 6.5 or 6.7, which is recommended? So, no, 6.7 has some advancements, right? So it has some newer features, right? So, but I'm saying that 6.5, there's no significant architectural change there with 6.7. Some more advanced features are introduced in 6.7, so obviously it is important as well. But 6.5 and 6.7, the main topics, main architecture is still the same. So when we are done with the 6.5 advanced features, then we're going to do comparison, and you will see that not a very big difference, and you can easily give 6.7 exam as well. Ruben is asking which exam we need to take. So, they cannot let you take actually 6.5, so you'll be taking 6.7 exam. But we will be doing all the labs of 6.5, and then we're going to be comparing with 6.7. And if we are given some time, or if some time is left, because that's a lot of labs already that are coming our way. So if some time left, we can also upgrade to 6.7, and you will see that it's not a big difference. It's nearly the same thing. Or I will send you the step by step. But if you know the comparisons, you will be able to easily give the exam. Okay. Then Kavita is saying VCP DCV at 6.5. Yes, we are at 6.5 right now, Kavita. Okay. Himan says VMware also offering free 6-month premium subscription for their Learning Zone. Okay, there you go. Learning Zone. Yeah, where's the Learning Zone? So guys, here, I think the Learning Zone link is there also. And you can also go for all the labs. Once you've gone with me with the 6.5 labs, doing any other labs, advanced labs especially, will be much easier for you, right? Or you can just, do it yourself as well and depend on that. But in class, obviously, you will ask questions as well. Retain and grow talent to generate more. Get the ebook. I don't think that's the course ebook, but that's just a marketing ebook. So I'm on the same page still. But yeah, so Himan, you can share the link. I was gonna say that he already shared that. Thank you very much. So so guys, grab that link, and e-learning zone is there. Thank you, Himan, for that. I'm just gonna put it on Notepad, and you can also increase your knowledge from whichever resources that you can learn VMware. So that's where also you will get to know a lot about VMware's. So very good resources there. There are many other resources: udemy.com, pluralsight.com, linuxacademy.com, cloud.com, I don't know, cloudacademy.com, and .com.com. Okay, there's no such thing as .com.com. But anyway, so there are many others, but this is from vendor, from VMware, so that's the best, right? But we're going to start from scratch. We're going to understand each and everything step by step. So this is going to be an extra very good learning resource for you, right? The more knowledgeable you are, the easier your interview will be. The less knowledgeable you are, the tougher the interview will be for you, right? That goes for AWS, that goes for Azure as well. So again and again, what I'm saying is before the end of this program, you should be certified in VMware, you should be certified in AWS, you should be certified in Azure Administrator, and then Office 365 as well. And one of the operating systems, either MCSA for Windows or RxCSA for Linux. So these are all must-haves, right? Plan it, start working hard for it, right? And that 70-740 course that I have already offered free, if anyone wants access to that, because that is my step-by-step classes from scratch, from the start. Anyway, so here, yeah, we were talking about the exam here. So this is data center virtualization, and this is VCP here. So I can click here, but I'm just gonna click here on data center virtualization, this one, right? So if I click here, data center virtualization, so there's that. VMware data center virtualization certifications are designed to gauge your level of skill designing, installing, and managing VMware vSphere environments in a real-world environment. Okay. Wow. Who writes same word in same sentence two times in a sentence? Okay, anyway, so here, VMware Certified Professional, VMware Certified Professional 2020 Data Center Virtualization. So this is what we're going for. We're not going for VCAP, VCDX. These are more advanced certifications. You should be VCP, and that's good enough for the market, because you're going to go for AWS, Azure, Office 365, RxCSA, MCSA. Well, that's a long list. And one security certification. One security certification must be there in your, either go for Azure security or AWS security or CEH or CISSP. Anyone. Okay, so data center virtualization, I'm just going to click that here. And then it, so this is data center, I'm just going to share that link as well now with, so check that link out. And I'll go for that link here. So that's the VCP-DCV, and that's the link. That's a page for that. So that's a page you already got as well. So it says skills to implement VCP-DCV 2020 certification validates candidate skills to implement, manage, and troubleshoot a vSphere 6.7 environment using best practices to provide a powerful, flexible, and secure foundation for business agility that can accelerate the transformation to cloud computing. Okay, so yeah, blah, 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 blah. It's really good, yeah. I'm going to explain in detail later, right? So certification path, if you hold no VCP certifications, gain experience with 6.7. So they're saying, guys, all certifications are for those who already are in a job where they're handling this product. But ground reality is the opposite of that. If you have certification, then you might get a job. But they're saying if you have a job, then you should do a certification, right? So in all the colleges, when I see students, the large majority of them don't have any experience on that product. For MCSA, for AWS, Azure, for Office 365, all the other courses I teach. So we have to go from start. I have to take you to that level where which is the job level, right? So anyway, and 10, one of the required training courses. This is that required training course. You're lucky that Humber is a authorized VMware college academy partner, VMware partner academy, and believe me, some public colleges don't even know that they are. And what do they do with that authorization? So I tell them when they go there that, hey, you are VMware certified partner, give them the discount. So what is the discount, guys? Before I talk about these topics, which is like half an hour left, but yeah, we're gonna do all that in next class. Also, I will talk about topics, but we're gonna do the labs in next class. We'll start with the lab. So what I wanted to tell you is that some more useful information is that the proctored course, right? So the unproctored course is it costs $120, but there's a 70% discount here, which only instructor can request. So 70% discount you will be given, and then it will be $34 after that, or 35, right? So otherwise it is $120, but after 70% discount it will be $34, right? So that is for unproctored exam, which is the foundation exam, and then the professional exam also. There's a exam voucher that I will request for you, and that is at the end of the course. I can only request that, and that is $225, the actual exam fee, but after 70% discount it will be what, $76. So you're gonna be lucky that you're gonna just pay this, and $120 after this. So you can use this 6 times. So if you fail 5 times, try not to fail this that many times. Then you can still use the voucher 6 times. Every time you have to spend $34. So 6 times you can use this voucher, and every time you have to spend $34. And for this, it's 3 times. So 2 times you can fail and still give one more time the exam. Every time you have to spend $76, right? So that's a huge discount, right? 70%. Wow. So that's why this is a great opportunity. Now this voucher is valid for 1 year, but I have 3 students who broke all the records. They forgot to give this voucher, use this voucher and give the exam. So after 1 year was passed, they started giving excuses. They said, oh, I forgot, it was 1 year, I thought I will do that, I forgot, and then they sent me an email. I sent to VMware. VMware said, forget it. So after 1 year they are saying that? Seriously, are you kidding me? So the thing is that you don't get another chance. Then yes, you can just join the course again, and then get that 1 year again. So don't forget that. Right after the course finishes, or even by the end of the course, give this exam ASAP, right? Don't wait for, oh, I have 1 year. Then you will definitely forget. So anyway, this voucher is valid for 1 year. So exam discount voucher is valid for 1 year. And the portal, about the portal that we were talking about just now on the hub, this portal is open for 1 year as well, right? So on the hub, this official VMware portal is open for 1 year. Also, one more thing, the software to download with keys is available for 1 year. So within 1 year, just download them. The keys are good for 2 years. Okay, right? So that's some of the information there, that the software download you can just download anytime and just save those keys for you. And also that the exam is $34 unproctored, and proctored is $76. Unproctored you can give anytime. You can fail 6 times. Okay, don't do that. And you can fail 3 times here. Okay, actually 2 times, and third time you the final one. Every time you have to spend that much money, right? Okay. So if we go further ahead with this page, so they're saying that just do any of those courses and you will be able to do the exam for it. So there's that vSphere install, configure, and manage. There's optimize and scale, troubleshooting, fast track. So they're just saying all 6.7, but don't worry, 6.5 guys have easily passed 6.7 as well after knowing the comparisons, because the main thing is that do you know so exam is 105 minutes and 65 questions, and the foundation or the it is yeah this is the foundation exam. You can see foundation here, right? It's $125. So pass one of the professional exams, and then the professional is $250. Oh, sorry, it's not $225, it's $250. It is 70 questions and it is 115 minutes, right? So, and there's that exam prep on VMware Learning Zone, so that's also available here openly for everyone. Now there are facts here, frequently asked questions. Will 6.5 courses satisfy the 2020 certification upon passing the exam? No, you must complete a 6.7 course to achieve certification if you do not already hold a current VCP certification. If you have taken a vSphere 6.5 course, you may take the vSphere 5.5 to 6.7 or vSphere 5.5 to 6.7 on demand course. It will qualify. So the thing is that they have to be strict with their standards, but 6.5 course with comparison of 6.7 will easily get you the exam, because so many students have already passed here. And if we go for 2020, so these are the questions here. By passing the VCP DCV 2020 exam, you will successfully recertify. Okay, so these are just the frequently asked questions which you can check. I already shared that link with you, so you can check with that, right? Now I just wanted to go for the topics of 6.5, and that will just but I'll make sure that you understand everything 6.7 as well, so you can just easily pass that exam, because the previous batch, they have just finished the 6.5, and one student have already passed that exam as well, with which was 6.7 exam, but after comparisons, he was able to easily pass that. There's no significant change, but for strict standards, they have to say that on VMware, right? And also, because Humber is offering 6.5 here, so we have to follow that. But I'll make sure that you pass with 6.7 credentials, which is going on in other colleges as well. So now I just wanted to go for the exam topics here, and the exam topics. Course objectives. So there are many objectives here for what is software-defined data center. Describe the software-defined data center here, right? And then there is deploy an ESXi host and create virtual machines. So hypervisors, we're going to talk about what is hypervisor, what is software-defined data center. So every networking equipment or a data center, whatever component of data center is there, its software alternative has been created. So what does that mean? What is a data center anyway? So that is what we're going to start with, that what is a data center and how we can virtualize the whole data center. So what does data center have? Switches, routers, servers, and all the network equipment there. So how is it all virtualized? So there's virtual server, there's a virtual switch, there's a virtual router, there's a virtual network card there, right? So everything is virtual now, right? So that's how the actual physical data center has become virtual, but I'm going to explain with diagrams how is it working nowadays when you go for job now. So how data centers are there. So then hypervisor, and that's going to be the next talk there. What is hypervisor? So hypervisor is a small software that you can install directly on a hardware, and the only purpose of a hypervisor, ESXi is the name of the hypervisor, right? So the only purpose of hypervisor is to host virtual machines. Only purpose of the hypervisor is to host virtual machines. So this ESXi hypervisor is that small software that you can directly install on a bare metal hardware. Like you just purchased a HP, IBM, Dell server, and you can install a small software called hypervisor. And VMware's hypervisor is ESXi. If I just try to put that in perspective here, because for next half an hour, we're gonna just go for some brief introduction and some concept clarification there as well before we call it a Monday. Oh, okay. So HP server, and then so I'm just grabbing from my other screen the diagram. Please read all the email instructions there. I've sent you a lot of email instructions in the college email, so hopefully everyone got the email there. And so I'm just putting that. Suppose hopefully you've seen physical servers like HP, Dell, IBM servers in production environments. So suppose you have a physical server here and you purchase that physical server from HP, and they are costing you like $2,000 up to $10,000, depends on how much RAM that you have put there. So this is the data center where there are servers on a rack actually. So now what you do is when you install hypervisor here, so hypervisor is a software, and that just hosts virtual machines. Remember that, and I'm going to be asking you next class as well. So it is ESXi hypervisor, so from VMware, right? And this is the software that you put here as well. This is the software you put here as well. And then, okay, so there's a comment section. Jasper just says that no email on Humber Mail as of now. Sandeep says same here. Call it. So guys, have you all received my email? Same here. Okay, anyone received an email from me today at 3 hours ago? Anyone? Whoever says yes, you will get 20 marks for that. Just kidding. Okay, so okay, now just link to WebEx. You are a key thing to me. Oh, that's why I was thinking, hey, that was a big email and nobody responded. You hurt my feelings now. Just kidding. So, yes, on private email? Oh, so in private email you received my email that's a big email. I gave all the instructions. Got on my Gmail. Oh, in Blackboard, I just sent those. So guys, check your Gmail, whatever email you have given to Humber, because I went to the course full grade center, and in the grade center, I selected all like this, email selected users. So these are all the users that I just selected and emailed. So if they have added your Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmails here, so just whatever public emails you have given to Humber, go check there, right? And check the junk mail. I don't know why my emails, are there in junk mail. Okay, so anyway, you guys actually received it in your junk mail, public email, right? So no instructions. I did not receive. No, for both, only the WebEx email. Yes, got that one. Both private and Humber. I only got WebEx link. Oh, received the WebEx link only. Only one email for WebEx. Ouch. Okay. Oh, all right. So this means all my effort. Seriously, that was a lot of big effort. You hurt my feelings now. I mean, that's okay. So I'll just grab that email again, and I will student Vmware Certified Ruben, and okay, there are some emails there right now from Anureed, and so anyway, I'll just send you that again. Okay, so yeah, that I will read later. And we were certified. So hopefully I still have that email. That was a long list of, but I'll send it again. Don't worry. There are several links on Blackboard. As of today, introduction lecture. I will provide this up. Oh yeah, I got it. So guys, let me just. It's gonna be a messy one if I just copy it in the chat. But I'll send it again. It's what I'm saying is that please have your or like two screens there and install our team viewer there. Everyone has team viewer installed already? No? No? Yes? No? Maybe? So I'm just creating. Okay, so TeamViewer is a free software, and suppose you are really stuck with that, and I can after the class I can connect to your TeamViewer, and then wherever you're stuck, I can help you out with that. So otherwise, yeah, announcement. I'll just put it on announcement. So those are the instructions that you need to know. Hey, isn't there a discussion board here? Guys, do you see a discussion board here? Yeah, I see a discussion board on left side. You're supposed to introduce yourself there. You hurt my feelings a couple of times now. Ha. Okay, let me put the announcement here quickly. So yeah, so I'll just paste that email here, and announcement for VCP-DCV, and that is it. Okay, submit. So you can just see that email on the Blackboard now in the announcements. Whoa, that's a big one. So you must have two screens. Well, it could be your cell phone, one screen, and second screen is your laptop. Also, instructions. Please download the TeamViewer. Also, the form, I'm asking again to fill that form. And some of the things I've already mentioned, and some of the things that are there, it's there in announcements now, right? Olufemi, TeamViewer is not free anymore? You're kidding me. No, TeamViewer is... No, the free version, the personalized version. You go to personal instead of business. If there's an option, personal or business. So you just select the personal and it should be okay. TeamViewer is still free, I think. AnyMail is okay, so you can just download AnyMail, and I'll download that too. But TeamViewer is, I think it's still free. Yeah, it's still free. TeamViewer never goes unfree. Wow, there's a new word in English, unfree. So TeamViewer latest version, whichever, JaspVJ. So, and Shabina has free for personal use. There you go. Thank you, Shabina, for showing that or sharing that. So it is free. TeamViewer has always been free. Even in 1868 it was free. It is so free. Wow, what am I saying? So okay, let's go ahead and we were talking about so the hypervisor here. And the hypervisor is just a software. Now, when you talk about hypervisor, so this is just a software that hosts virtual machines. So on top of that hypervisor, you can put one virtual machine, second virtual machine, third virtual machine here, and then one virtual machine here, second virtual machine, and third virtual machine. So it used to be the case that there were... Oh, I lost that server diagram. So I'll just copy that again once more. Okay, so what I'm saying is that when it used to be in last decade that you would install one operating system there, and on top of that just one application, so one big application, and this would make the whole data center very big, right? So one application on top of that. So you would have for print server one physical server, for file server one physical server, web server one physical server. Exactly, same as Hyper-V in Windows. So, but then virtualization was introduced, and VMware was the leader in that. So, instead of putting one application, one OS on one physical hardware, how about we install a new type of software called hypervisor? So, hypervisor is not an operating system, right? Hypervisor is a small software that uses or introduces, that talks to hardware on behalf of the virtual machines. It just fools the operating systems here into thinking that they are on a direct hardware while they are not. So it lets the virtual machine use the whole hardware to its full capacity instead of a 60%, 50% capacity. So instead of having application and OS on one physical hardware, you install a physical hardware, then deploy a hypervisor software, which is small software, and then you can install app and OS here, application and OS, right? And then app and OS here, and then app and OS here as well, right? So this means that now you don't need the hardware. This means that you can just go for that virtual machine instead of a physical machine. Now physical machines were then not being used, and virtual machines, which exactly work like physical machines, they were used. You just need to have a good amount of RAM, because each virtual machine will use share that RAM with other virtual machines. Good CPU, lots of CPU should be there, lots of RAM. Suppose 256 GB RAM, 512 GB RAM. CPU, it could be 8 core, 12 core, 16 core, 32 core CPUs there, and terabytes of SSD terabytes. So those SSDs are not, locally they are used for just deploying hypervisor. You would use SAN for the whole virtualization environment. So we're going to create our own software SAN here, but you would use SAN for, many of you would know that what is SAN used for, and anyone knows what is SAN anyway? What is SAN? It's not SAM, it's SAN.
Storage area network.
Storage area network, exactly. So storage area network, and its purpose is to allow the disks or storage to be accessed over the network. So suppose I was just copying the diagram for that, or trying for that. So there's that SAN environment where the disks are actually shared over the network, right? So a closer view of that would be if I just still put that. So these are just rows of disks after disks after disks after disks. So they are shared over the network. So when the disks are shared over the network, so when we can just place that virtual machine on that remote disk. So why would we want to do that? Why would we share or put our virtual machines on remote disks? Yeah, through fiber channels, fiber optic cables, or through Ether, iSCSI as well, which is on Ethernet based, right? So when you create a virtual machine on top of a local disk in the physical server, suppose I create a virtual machine here, virtual machine will have its virtual disk as well, right? So it's virtual disk if it is placed on a local physical disk, the virtual disk has all the data, right? It is placed on a local physical disk. So what will happen is that if your physical server goes down, it will take down the whole virtual machine's virtual disk with it. Suppose you don't do that. You actually go for those storage, SAN disks, which are also called logical unit numbers or LUNs. So those LUNs there. Okay, so suppose this is a shared disk. Oops, wrong diagram here. Suppose this is a shared disk here, right? Now this disk is over the network coming from the SAN here. So if you create your virtual machine's virtual disk here on a physical disk that is actually coming from over the network, it is actually here. It's just mapped over here. So when you install an OS and app here, so app and OS, so that app and OS has to travel over the network. So your network has to be good, then this means to this disk. So what is the benefit of saving the virtual machine's virtual disk not on the local disk but on the shared disks over the network on SAN? What is the benefit of that? Anyone can tell me? Oh,
Redundancy.
redundancy. So Olufemi is saying that he can only see my browser. Guys, are you seeing this diagram? Everyone is seeing this diagram? Oh yeah, everyone's seeing this diagram. Okay. So Olufemi, how are
Disk space can.
Yeah.
be this space will be not consumed much.
Okay.
Is it also a plan for the VCP situation?
Yeah, for so the main thing is that yes, you are right here. Scalability, redundancy, more storage. So the main thing would be one of the main things would be that if this physical server goes down now or crashes, so the data on the virtual disk was never there on the local disk of the physical server. It was there on the SAN, so it is safe. Your virtual machine's virtual disk, the virtual machine is offering the business its continuity. All the applications and the data of the application is the most critical thing in a company. So if it's a hospital and they have a hospital application there, so hospitals all data is in this virtual disk, right? If this virtual disk fails, no access to data. So all the doctors and the staff of the hospital is just sitting idle doing nothing. They need to grab that information now to operate or go for all the critical assignments there. So that's why we always just put a SAN there, storage area network, that from where over the network storage or shared disk or LAN is attached to each hypervisor here. And when we create virtual machine for hospital, for insurance company, or for any other company, so we will create virtual machine virtual disk on this shared disk, which is LAN, logical unit number, and they are shared on the SAN, which is storage area network.
So what is the use of local disk then?
Local disk is used to install hypervisor and to let the virtual machines use this physical server. The hypervisor has to be installed. So what happens is that the virtual machine lives on SAN. Virtual machines, all files are here on SAN when it is started. When you power on the hypervisor in the morning, you're like and having a coffee, and then you come here.
So in this case, the RAM and CPUs will be with the hypervisor, and the storage will be with the SANs.
Exactly, that's where I was going.
Oh.
So definitely, as you said, so when you come in the morning and you power on the CPU or the physical server, then the virtual machine is powered on after that. So it will be on the RAM. So it will be loaded on the RAM of the hypervisor, right? So or RAM of the physical server. So it will be loaded on the RAM here. But when you want to power off, it's going to go back to the storage here. So you can always then try to you will always have high availability of information, right?
So does that mean that on the physical server we can have a load disk? I mean, 1 GB or 10 GB disk would be enough, and you just have this hypervisor installed over there, and then you have additional SAN storages for your VMs to run on that. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
So it will be good enough. Maybe you can have 50, 60 GB, 100 GB disk, but that will be too much because the hypervisor just needs that. And second thing is, the virtual machine data, the actual critical data will be all on SAN, on the storage, right? So that's here where the hypervisor comes in, that it will offer virtual machine hosting. It will give you the CPU. You really need to process all those commands there, all those tasks there. So CPU is given by the hypervisor. They are loaded on the RAM as well. So and the disk, this local disk is just for this hypervisor here, and the remote disks are for actual machines, applications, right? So virtual machines will have that, which hosts your critical applications that is running your business, right? So if one machine goes down, obviously you would want to have a partner machine here. So this will be the active machine. This will be a passive or standby machine, right? Passive or standby machine. So in case the first hardware is gone, you still have its partner machine that is being replicated, pretty much every second. There's a replication going on. That replication is called synchronous replication. So it's just replicating same time here, it's same time here. Whatever changes are there, it's sending it to the passive machine as well. If it goes down, the end user connections will be taken over, redirected to the passive machine. Passive will become active. In case of active going down, passive will become active, and end users will not even know that, oh, there was a crash in the background.
So if the sands go down, what happens?
If the SAN goes down, then it's bye-bye. And the SAN administrators better save his job, his or her job. So,
What?
Do we have any active passive mechanism for
oh yes,
sand
we
like
have.
this?
Normally, SAN is very expensive, so there definitely is more redundancy features there, and you must have two SANs there. It's copy of SANs, and normally we take backups as well. But yes, there is a failover scenario, and yeah, you just spend more money and you get active passive for SAN as well. Yeah.
What I wanted to understand is I figured out, with low disk space on physical server, we can use hypervisors. But does that mean we have to increase the RAM and the CPU on the physical server as well?
Yes,
Or
RAM and CPU are being used and shared by all the virtual machines. So this virtual machine will have its own vCPU, virtual CPU, and this will have its own VRAM, virtual RAM. So they're all sharing that from that core one physical RAM that is there. So every virtual machine. Now this virtual machine, you put SQL Server. Many of you would know that SQL Server is a heavy application, right? So you put SQL here. Wow, it's already big. So it would need a big chunk of RAM from here, while here you put a file server. 2000 users are connecting to the file server as well, right? So file server, and then here you put a print server, so 1000 users are printing that, right? So they will all use from chunk of this. So maybe 20% of RAM is dedicated for just SQL, maybe 40% of the RAM is dedicated for FS, file server, and print server, maybe 20% here. So it's the same. That's why we must have very good RAM and very good CPU here, which are being shared by all the virtual machines.
so does that mean the virtual machine's RAM total equals to the physical RAM? I mean,
Exactly.
if we are purchasing 10 gigs of RAM, so 2 gigs of RAM we assign to, say for example, the SQL, and then 4 gigs we assign to the file server, however it is. But then we cannot assign like 10 gigs to individual, like whenever the input output happens, it will pull out the maximum throughput
Well,
over it.
yeah. So maximum throughput is if you wanna assign SQL Server machine 80% of the physical RAM. So or maybe you want to go for 95% of physical RAM. Will be shared to the SQL Server machine. So we first need to have some RAM available for hypervisor. Then we need to have RAM available for the other virtual machines as well. If we overcommit, that is called overcommitting, right? So if we overcommitted to one virtual machine, all others will then either be shut down or they will have not enough RAM, and all the end users that are connecting to any of the other machines will have a very degraded performance there. So we have to wisely distribute the RAM according to the criticality of the virtual machines, and we have to wisely distribute it. And we're gonna learn that.
Can the applications can have can share their resources? Like, let's say like if you give 4 GB for app 1 and 4 GB for app 2, but the app 1 is consuming only 2 GB and the app 2 may need more than 4. So can it be shared?
Exactly, your very good question. So suppose vCPU, this SQL Server has been assigned 64 GB RAM, and it's just using right now it is just using 32 GB RAM, while the other machine has been assigned 16 GB RAM, but it needs actually 10 GB more. So some RAM from the RAM that is assigned to this machine can be actually given to this machine as well. So that is done by DRS. There's a distributed resource scheduler. We're gonna go for that as well. We're gonna be doing in-depth labs with that. So DRS, and then there's resource pool. That is another kind of feature that gives you the RAM. But there's a process called ballooning, and in that process, some RAM is actually taken temporarily from one machine and given to the other machine for requirement.
Can the CPU be shared or no?
No, RAM is shared, but normally the DRS actually moves or vmotions automatically the virtual machine to any other hypervisor where CPU is, but no, just the RAM is shared.
Okay.
And well, there were many comments there. Yeah.
I have a confusion about the physical disk for E6Y hypervisor that you told.
So physical disks are there to host the hypervisor software, which is a small software. But physical disks are not used professionally. They are not used for virtual machine installation. And for virtual machine installations and its virtual disk and it's all virtual files, they are shared over the network on the SAN storage, which is offsite. So if we put virtual machines on the local disk, then if this server goes down or crashes, then the virtual machine also will be gone with it and all the end users will be disconnected, right? So
it will be very less memory.
It will, yeah, well, less memory is all about that if you have given or you have not distributed the physical RAM among the 4 or 12 or 20 virtual machines here, but that is not related to the storage here. Storage is just, local storage is just for hosting a hypervisor here.
The DRS process that you told about, is that autonomous or manual?
DRS process, it is automatic as well as we can turn it to manual. It's our choice.
Okay, thank you.
Like giving more resources to hypervisor, will it result in good app performance?
Hypervisor should have for its own working enough memory, but giving more is not going to increase anything. But yeah, giving more to the virtual machine itself is going to increase the performance. Hypervisor just needs a certain amount of memory. It should not use more memory for its own running. That's the point of hypervisor, that it uses for its own running very less memory. Cool. Alright guys, so 9, okay, so Paul is saying that shed light on SAN and physical server. So SAN, the only purpose of SAN is to offer disks over the network to the virtual machines. Why? Because if the virtual machines data is on local disks, then there is always trouble of, or there's always, we're afraid that it's going to be shut down. If it crashes, it will take down the machines with it. If the virtual machines are on mapped disks, which are actually coming from over the network, so all virtual machines data will always be saved outside of this hypervisor into SAN storage, right? So the benefit is, if this server crashes, at least the data is safe on the SAN. Not only that the data is safe on SAN, this virtual machine can be powered on another hypervisor as well, because the data was never locally here. It was always on SAN, and that SAN is connected to this hypervisor. That SAN is connected to this hypervisor. Suppose there were 200 hypervisors in a big company. So that SAN is connected to every other hypervisor. So virtual machines data must not be on a local disk. Virtual machine can use local resources of RAM and CPU, but never the storage. Because if it crashes, so virtual machine will unload from RAM and it will go back to where it's living, the SAN, right? And from there it can be restarted into this hypervisor as well, right? So that's why the virtual machine files have to be on SAN. And it's just time is very less, but otherwise we're going to talk in detail in next class as well, that what is migration, why is SAN used for very critical for migration as well, right? So we're going to talk about that too. But the thing is that virtual machine better not be on a local storage, otherwise it will crash and it will be it will not be available for end users. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a lot of questions here. What powers SAN? Software, iOS. So SAN is a storage network. It's a physical disks, and it is put in the storage in racks there. And obviously, they're just powered on just like any other rack with all the servers inside. Central storage accessible by every server. Yes, central storage is accessible by every server. This ensure HA and clustering storage. Exactly, high availability. And can the same VM be run simultaneously on different hypervisors? No, either VM is run on this hypervisor, or VM is migrated to another hypervisor and is run here, but VM's copy can run there on the other hypervisor. That is called fault tolerance, FT. We're going to talk about that feature as well. And Brian is saying, and if a hypervisor down, the VMs can migrate to other available hypervisor. VMs don't migrate when it is crashed. If hypervisor is crashed, VM also stops. But if the VM had its partner VM somewhere else, so it can fail over. At the time of crash, if the crash happens, migration is not possible. For migration, the hypervisor has to be up for the virtual machine to migrate. So if it crashes, so it just fails over the service in milliseconds to the other hypervisor based virtual machine. So, but vMotion does not happen when the crash happens. Cannot happen. Can we take snapshots of VMs? Yes, we can take snapshots of VMs. Okay, that's very interesting questions, and you've been taking very good interest in that, guys. Keep that passion up and running. We are ready for 200% effort from now on. We're a team. We're gonna help each other. So I'm gonna create a WhatsApp group and Google group after this class or by tomorrow, and then we'll discuss further there before the next class. So next class we're gonna start all the labs step by step. Right now, today was the introduction. Make sure you're connected to all the services, and we're gonna be in connection throughout the week and throughout the course as well. And well, it's 10 o'clock, so if there are any questions related to the services, we can talk about. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting this on OneNote, and I'm going to be sharing with you the OneNote after the class, right? So where will it be stored? Snapshots are stored on SAN as well, right? Oh, Ruben. And check my video and give me your opinion. Thanks. Brahim is saying check my video. Okay. Khalid, thanks a lot. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and see you in next class sharp at 5:55. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. And we're gonna have fun in this course. So goodbye, and see you next Monday. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Do share the illustration that I explained. Sure. Vikram will do. Sure. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Oh, welcome, Ajibola. Thank you. Have a great week, Shavina. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and bye bye. Good night. Thank you. All right. So I will be disconnecting now. Thank you, all of me. Good night. And thank you, everyone. Oh, I'll stop the recording now.